Last we left our heroes, you took your revenge on the Eldrazi assassins who tried to bring you down some nights ago, managed to interrogate the last remaining member of their troop. This individual confirmed the enemy will indeed travel through the newly reopened tunnels and strike the city. Another group of Eldrazi come, as will Raymond Borealis and the Revenant Vow's less impressively trained followers. Armed with more information, you return to the surface to make a plan, but before meeting with the Red Queen, you had other business to attend to. Seeking the Battleborns and Baldric Deepfellow. It was the latter who you met first. In the Soul Forge, you spoke with the aged dwarf, and when pressed by some inkling of your insightful crew, came to find that the king and former queen bore a second daughter, who was taken from the city in secret to try to hide her from this very predicament you find yourselves in now. However, as fate would have it, Alana Brelwyn and the Wildcards go wherever the Revenant Vow points their wicked deeds, and Baldric admitted to being suspicious that Alana is in fact the child of Arabella and Gunther Redmayne, making her Baldora's sister and princess of the Red Keep. Alana's newfound heritage was confirmed after meeting with the Queen and formulating your plans for the coming fray. As Alana took hold of the Queen's weapon, Solania, the Forge Guardian, it ignited with deep reddish glow, only possible by those who share the bloodline of the Redmayne clan. Her heritage confirmed, you prepared your last few tidbits in anticipation of the Revenant Vow's arrival, and slept. The red dawn of the next morning's light cast its ominous hue across the city of Hammerstock, but as Baldora remarked, you are prepared and stronger together. The morning's preparations wore into the afternoon, and it came time for Baldora and her bolstered guard detail, meaning you guys, to make their way through the Moonweaver Festival in the outer city. And this is where we begin. The festival is in full swing, dwarves singing merrily on street corners, ale and wine flow freely, and the joyous occasion sits oddly with you, knowing what the night may have ahead of you in store. As you guys had previously talked about disguising yourselves to go with Baldora into the festival, you are still within the inner city, about to enter the outer city. If you have any last-minute preparations before walking out into the light of day.
I think what we decided at the end was just we wouldn't disguise ourselves because it would be expected for us to be with her.
Sure.
I'll pull Lavender aside.
What?
Why are you so aggressive right off the top?
I'm nervous, okay?
I'm nervous too, and not that I am overly nervous about you, because whatever, but I think you should have this. And I'll pull out the scroll of etherealness. Is that how you pronounce it? And I'll hand it to her.
What is this?
So this is a scroll. I once did this before. It was quite a trip. Makes you ethereal. Am I saying that right?
Ethereal.
Ethereal, Jesus.
Ethical?
Ethereal.
It won't do that.
Makes you ethereal. It makes you exist in a place between planes. You can kind of see what's going on here, but you can't affect it and you can't touch anyone. It lasted for me. I played this shot game with a bunch of ghosts in the abyss. It's a long story, but if you are in a pinch and things get really, really bad, you should use this to protect yourself. And hang around us. You could end the spell whenever you want. So if this happens, I think it said so on the thing.
I'll double check, but
good to be confirmed. I'll check my spell book. But and then just hang around us, and if we have to teleport somewhere, you would be safe until that moment. But just, stay safe.
Well, thank you. I will accept this gift. I am your queen now. So
she's my. I guess she's the princess.
It's true. I'm the queen.
Well,
thank you so much. And I think that we need to stick together in this. I've heard of this before.
You've heard of the saying, let's stick together before?
What I was about to say was we should stick together and drop the act of being a bit of a dick. But you know what? Never mind.
So
thanks for the scroll, dude.
We should both be dicks to each other, so.
Brawley, where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, great.
Right there.
Can we chat?
Oh, God, again. Do we have a reading on that scroll?
Yeah, I'm just trying to... It's a long text, but early on it does say you remain in the border ethereal for the duration or until you use your action to dismiss the spell. So I think there was some other effect of etherealness that it's the oil of etherealness that you can't cancel. Because
The one I did, I think, right?
well, that was an effect that you like consumed an oil of etherealness as like a trap, not a trap. It was like a whole thing that I intended to happen. But the spell itself can be ended early or last a total of 8 hours. Sorry,
You just can't really do anything while you're ethereal.
Yeah, but nothing can really be done to you.
And you can still see shadowy. Did I have that right? You can still see shadowy what's going on here?
You can see and hear the plane you originated from, but everything there looks gray, and you can't see anything more than 60 feet away. And it puts you into the border ethereal, which is like the plane between planes, as you said. Kind of where ghosts and shit kind of hangs out.
Cool. I think that'll be good.
Lav, you now have that. It is an action to cast. It's a spell scroll. So you will need to make an ability check to cast it because it's a high-level spell. But if it comes up, we'll get to it then.
Okay. Will it come up, Kyle? Just kidding.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's your call. Baldora, as you are all getting close, is kind of making her last call-outs to her team and her captains of the guard. Around you, you see a handful of higher-ranking members of the Red Guard, alongside Thor, and Baldric is with you as well. But Baldora, you overhear her assigning, of the 6,000 Red Guard at her disposal, the Queen assigns 2,000 to the outer city, which, along with you guys, 500 are going to be positioned at the mine entrance of the Greystone mines, and 1,000 will be within the festival, ready to mobilize at her signal, kind of out and about within the outer city, just kind of waiting and on guard. The remaining 4,000 are divided, 2,000 of those within the Red Guard itself, all guarding entrances and exits and preparing for a full lockdown. 1,500 divided between the levels of the inner city to aid in organization of a lockdown, should it be required. And 500 are positioned at the mouth of the Greystone mines on the inner city side, near where the daggers were, the tunnels on that side.
Can I get, a recap? Of the 2,000 in the outer city, how many are at the mine?
500 are at the mine entrance.
Got it.
Positioned in like a rough kind of phalanx of a couple different battalions or phalanxes. And then 1,000 within the city itself. And you guys obviously would know from traveling through and preparing all of this, the outer city kind of spreads all around the exterior of the main mountain range, the Frostfell Mountain. But where it goes out towards the Willbreaker's Tower and then out towards the Greystone mines, there's a wide section of kind of semi-abandoned homes and dilapidated kind of areas, and then just kind of open field and rock that would lead towards the mine entrance. So from the mine to like civilized area is a fair ways. It's several hundred feet. It's not, down the corner. So that's just, you hear that as Baldora finalizes her side of the plan, and you guys are just about to enter out into the outer city. So, last call for anything you guys want to do before rolling it.
Is Jermichael already watching where he's supposed to be?
If I'm not mistaken, you guys had finished that up the last game, or maybe you had at least you'd given him his instructions.
Yes.
So I think he flew off to do that.
Yeah, you guys went and took him. You took some time to go.
Yeah, you
Take
guys
him
flew
there.
back out. That's
Yeah,
right.
you flew Hondo out to fly Jermichael to the mines and spy on the activity.
Yeah,
Then
so
we'll
he's
just show up.
positioned. He was positioned basically at the intersection of where the mine below would walk back up towards the spiral, back towards the main mine entrance to the outer city, and not far from where you had your encounter with the underwater stream and the giant fucking insect monster.
And sorry if this is redundant, but the play is he hears something, he flies back to us, tells us we might give him the 5 remaining vials or 2 vials to fly back and trigger the trap.
That's the plan as far as you know it. The only thing that currently matters is as soon as he hears or sees,
Yes.
Hondo made a point to say like a large group or something like that. Like there was a specific term. I don't remember exactly what it was, but a large, not just like a mouse. Here we go. He was given the instruction to come to you guys or come to Hondo specifically as soon as a large force was seen.
Perfect.
So that should give you time for him to fly, presumably a little faster than whatever is coming, out to find you guys, and hopefully give you time to, if you want to try and give him the stuff to trigger it. It's a possibility. It's just like whether the timing works out, whether it all comes together. We'll have to just see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we can always do that later on too, if what we're guessing is going to happen. If they do actually come out that tunnel, you can always collapse it when only half the people are out too, right?
Mary whispered a good question. Oh, and Brawley just saw it, so we're good. I think that's a good call, Brawley.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring him just in case. Just because that last time he was in a fight, he went down pretty hard.
Yeah.
So
Keith is going to stay. He's going to stay at the Champions Guild inner city side.
Okay.
That seems to make the most sense. There are stables there where they don't have any of the griffins on the inner city side, but where you picked up the griffins on the outer city side, it's essentially the same idea, but more.
Sorry to go. I have a potion. Alana has a potion. I think that's it.
I think that's it. We only got 2 there.
Yep. And then I have the Dimension Door gem, and Alana has the 2nd level healing
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds gem. Okay.
Yep.
Just checking.
I have the crystal ball.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, we might be like you had a good idea. We could probably use that if we don't hear anything from Jamichael, and it seems like it's getting late.
This is just an aside for like game purposes, or rather like creation purposes. Call out what you rolled, just like provide a number when you do roll, and we'll just have to be more visual. Like if we make this into like an auditory podcast too, just like when we were doing the chat thing there, we should be like, we're talking about Keith, Brawley's goat. Yeah. So if you ever do a whisper and want to make it public, just give full context.
Please.
That makes sense.
Especially I miss a lot of the chat just with all the other shit I'm doing.
Sure.
So if there's something that you guys need clarification on, use the teacher method of asking a full question. Yeah. Restate the question to me.
All right. I think we're good.
Okay. You guys are not in disguise. Just as you were. Is Fern alongside you as well?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be riding Fern, but I will be on the ground right now.
Okay.
I would say the only suggestion I would have is perhaps Lavender should be in disguise, because she will not be returning with us. She will be the queen. So if she doesn't come out, right, like if it looks like she's just a random guard or something, then it might be less suspicious that she does not return with us when the queen is with us. The queen, in quotation marks, is with us.
I'll just dress as one of the red guards.
Okay. So you're going to disguise self, or is that your shape change? Because your shape change doesn't do clothes, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to shape change, but then ask them for a change of clothes because I don't want to waste anything.
I'm just gonna like a cloak.
I just want to be sure, because that would have been something that would have been prepared, but would have been prepared. Totally fine.
And we're bringing the ornate armor. That was like something we prepared. The queen's ornate armor that
she's wearing.
She's wearing her ornate armor out into the festival, and then the plan was when you guys she'll have to make her appearance, and then she's going to head into Bedrock, which we'll get to shortly, and at which point she's going to don her actual armor, and then Lavender will get the ornamental stuff.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay.
Can I confirm one last thing? So as a sorcerer, Lav can't use spells if she's wearing armor?
I was literally just typing it in. Casting in armor. You are not proficient in armor. So I don't want to dig through all this. You're not proficient in armor, so you would have, I would say, disadvantage on basically all of your magic stuff to a point where I might impose even a wild magic penalty.
Great.
And this is, and you can see as Baldora is making her way, and you all make your way out into the outer city, all with your butterflies in the stomachs, and just hoping this goes as you have planned. You make your way out. Music is fully in swing. People are many dwarves are drinking on the street corners, and there's a very festive mood. Valentine atop Fern stands many heads and shoulders above the crowd of relatively short dwarven types, so calling a little bit of attention, but you're also the Wildcards, so
You do that on a normal day.
Yeah. All around Baldora, there was a somewhat relaxed, not entirely relaxed, position of her guard detail. But as soon as you cross out into the outer city, they take a very hard kind of box around her, and you guys kind of fall in line with the backside of this group of guard detail around her. Valentine kind of falling a little further back as you're on a mount. Not far, but just a couple paces back. And you guys make your way out into the Moonweaver Festival. Was that to us?
I will be supplying playlists during this. I apologize for
Thank you.
notification.
I do want to put something on. Oh yeah. Give me those war drums.
What?
What's the mood like of the people as we move through?
As you make your way through, and not that you guys are making a beeline, but Baldora and the guard detail are not allowing a whole lot of stoppage. She's making a relatively quick march through, doing the queen wave, and people are cheering as she crosses by, and as your party makes your way through kind of the main thoroughfare of the outer city. But it is high spirits. Everybody is in a good mood. This is a festival of many things, but primarily of food, drink, craftsmanship, and of love in an interesting dwarven way. So it is a highly very joyous kind of celebratory mood. Though you find Baldora, and especially many of you who are rather insightful, she is very much trying to fake a happy expression and joy, and try and reflect what she's feeling around her, but her anxiety of a coming fight, and you can see some self-doubt cross the face every now and again in a lull of cheers, and then she catches herself again and goes back to this painted smile, trying to keep her composure. But the atmosphere is joyous, and all around you see these kind of statuesque kind of there are some statues in some cases, but presentation of artisan goods and sculptures, which you can assume to be a group of things to be judged as part of this Moonweaver Festival of craftsmen and of creators. And you can see some really amazing pieces of art and of craftsmanship and of many different kinds of dwarven make. But the main thing you see are a lot of already pretty drunk dwarves just having a good time, and a lively spirit of music.
As Lavender sees the queen starting to make motions of her hand motion and talk to people, she's kind of imitating it, under her cloak. She's trying to pick up on her idiosyncrasies.
For me, an insight check to see how well you can read it and reflect it.
First roll of the night.
I see her doing it and I go, oh wow, that's really good. That's just like her.
9.
It's not bad.
To do.
It's not bad. But yeah, it's a semi-regal, semi-formal military presence that she carries. and it's pretty stark contrast to your general worldview and
What'd you sing?
activity. You know. So it is very much you trying to make it happen. It's not coming very naturally, but it's worth practicing. So there is a solid hour of making your way through the streets, and you kind of are doing this like grid pattern, almost like a mini parade, a mini procession through the streets of making her appearance. Start creeping into the hour and a half of this, and you're starting to get just kind of lulled into like, this is kind of boring. You're just kind of walking, but you're also tense. It's a weird feeling that you're all kind of experiencing this anticipation of battle, but you're having a parade at the time. It's very odd. However, by the 2-hour mark, about mid-afternoon, edging towards late afternoon, you make your way towards Bedrock, and Baldora cuts the procession, and with kind of a larger wave to the crowd. And there's not a crowd necessarily like growing around, but just like this, where Bedrock sits is kind of in a central hub of like almost the center of the outer city. And she makes her way inside, followed by Thor and Baldric, and presumably yourselves.
Can I make one perception check, or whatever you want? I want to see if anyone's looking a little suspicious in the crowd or anything like that.
Absolutely. Throw a perception.
Not great. But I roll high, actually. Sorry, 20.
Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary during this. Everybody is pretty blatantly who they seem to be, and you know that Baldora, either she has the ability, given the artifact she's been given, to detect any changes of shape changing or illusions, and in your perception of her and of the walk, nothing kind of sparked.
Cool.
So you feel pretty confident that nothing is amiss as of yet. But
Can I, while we're walking, I want to look at the red guard around her, and just try to like gauge, I guess gauge if anyone seems like, I'm sure everyone's kind of nervous, but like more nervous than usual, or like keeping nervous of us being there, or if anyone red guard could just be like a spy.
Sure, throw an insight check.
Okay, that's a 19. Nope, wait, that's more than that. It's a 20.
Okay. They definitely seem a little on edge and a little nervous, but no more than you would expect of a group of soldiers on guard detail in a crowded area, and with the like kind of almost hush tones of a coming force. Like it's all been kind of very quickly delivered to the guards, and almost very hush in the delivery of what is coming, because you guys have been so worried of spies and of information leaking. So there's been very little actually told to the guards beyond guard this place. If something goes wrong, do your job. So they're on edge, and you can read that, but it's not out of the ordinary. It's not surprising, if that fits what you're looking for.
Nope, that makes sense.
But a couple hours in, you guys make your way to Bedrock, and as the door is shut behind you, it is just your group. You notice the red guard that were with you position themselves around Bedrock in just a standard guard detail, and you notice as you guys make your way inside, there were some Champions Guild members inside who then fall outside and stand guard over the doors and entrances into Bedrock itself. So it is just your party, Baldora, Baldric, and Thor.
And 3 hours have passed, so what time of day do you think it's close to now?
You're at mid-afternoon.
Okay.
You also would know from prep and conversation over the festival itself, the judgment of the artisan goods and sculptures and all that stuff is supposed to happen towards like the dinner hour, and then the dinner hour, the judgment and stuff leads into the dinner hour, which is the feast of the moon, which is like just before the actual eclipse is to take the sky, so to speak. But it's all kind of loosey, like no one really knows exactly time in D&D. It's kind of loose.
Just check your wristwatch.
Yeah, check the sundial. Oh wait.
How you said there was like a storm in the distance. Is that like still coming in?
You didn't necessarily see a storm, but the red dawn kind of alighted to the idea that a storm could be brewing on the horizon. Gotcha. But as the day went on, the red of the dawn kind of faded to a clearer sky.
Okay.
So it was fine.
I want to pull my boy Hondo aside.
I'm here.
You staying sharp, bud?
I'm ready.
Just making sure everyone's got the game face ready. I think this is showtime.
Hondo's had 7 cups of wine as you made your way through the procession.
That's just the start of the night for me.
Valdora, is this the moment? Should we make the change?
It's at your discretion. I'll start swapping armor at the very least. That'll take a little bit of time, but I don't mind being in here for a little while if you want to take a moment to prepare yourselves. We could need to make a more further presence now until just before the presentation of Feast of the Moon. So we have time to wait it out here, but I'll start swapping.
So then Wildcards, let's just get our cards straight. Lav's going to be the queen. What kind of position do we want around her? I was going to try and be on the ground, but also going maybe building to building, rooftop, and just keeping a watch from a higher vantage point. Brawley, were you thinking of riding shoulder to shoulder?
Yeah.
I don't think we should be spread out. I think we could be like tight knit, like around her. Yeah, then I guess that's just how we do it.
It should probably look as if
we're hired.
Look as if it was the same way when we came in. Nothing has changed, right?
Yeah.
There might be slightly less guard, or we could wrangle some more, but we want it to look as if it is exactly the same amount of protection she's had all day, because she needs it, because we know it's coming.
And if we have to stage a fight, if Jamichael shows up, we blow that thing, do we immediately go to position with the 500 red guard out there? Is that our play if something happens?
We don't know where they're going. Right? We think we know. We'll see if Jamichael, if that happens, if we can get any more information from him. I guess that's just the point of, we have one sending stone.
We got my diplomat's pouch.
Exactly.
My books with Haldor, and Haldor stayed back to kind of be Overwatch for us, so we got that.
Maybe that's just when communication starts and we start trying to, we don't know what's going to happen. We have a guess. We don't know. So we just need to be as flexible as we can.
If Raymond shows up, Roymond, I say we all focus on him. We got to take him down. Mary, you made a really good observation that if we can get the staff from him, if he has the black staff, that ancient artifact, we got to try and rip that from his hands and play keep away.
At least just keep him from using it.
Yeah. So let's focus fire on any bad thing that shows up. A big bad thing.
We need to try to keep as many people in this city safe as we can as well.
And I'll say this quietly, not necessarily loud enough for the queen to hear if I can. If anything goes bad, we teleport the fuck out of here. Hopefully we can grab Valdora and go. That'd be my ideal, but I'm sorry to say this probably, but I would rather us make it out than the city make it out.
Yeah, that's fair. I would like to try and save her, but yeah, I agree. I think we should bolt if it gets to a point that we won't be able to do anything much about it.
Remember, the escape phrase is into the unknown. Into the unknown.
I forgot about that.
All right, Lav, let's see how good of a queen you make. You're pretty stuck up as is, so this shouldn't be hard.
No problem. I've been ruling over weirdos like you my whole life. And then she goes, "Shoo."
All right.
Hi.
So use your shape change ability to become Baldor Redmayne.
We'll help. Elena and I will help with armor because I'm assuming she has no idea how to put it on.
Yeah. No. Very.
We'll watch her
not
struggle
proficient.
in a way that it's like funny for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
It's that goes on your ankle. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. There's beyond your conversation another 10 minutes or 15 minutes before Baldor returns, swaps armor. She actually be 20 minutes to doff and then don new armor. But she returns in her golden plated, like beautifully scroll worked and carved dwarven plate, and hands your group the bundle for Lavender to don. And it takes a bit of doing. It is ornamental, so it's not heavy. It is still considered. It's only considered light armor, or medium armor. Sorry, but unfortunately, you don't have the proficiency in it, and it definitely weighs you down. It feels very uncomfortable. You're not used to wearing armor. I don't think sorcerers have any armor proficiency, even light. So it takes you a good amount of work just to get used to it. And you do find that as you're wearing it, you find your movement a little slower, and you find that if you're going to be out here for a while in this, that you could run the risk of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, that's something that we could work to our advantage. I think the plan was originally to only have Lavender in this for a little bit and then become ill. That requires us taking her back to the keep. I mean,
Good call.
become ill in a very obvious way that obviously she's just trying to get out of this so she can hold herself up in the keep, right? That's what our plan is. So Lavender, the minute you start to feel
Not great.
use it, and we'll, call the guard to take you back home.
no problem.
That's weird. Hondo and Mary, do you guys still have those poison vials we snagged?
Yeah, I have some, and Hondo had some previous.
How long does that last? I don't know anything about poison.
An hour.
So if something starts to get scary,
Yeah.
that's something else we could do to up our game.
Absolutely.
It's an action to coat a singular weapon, or I can't remember if it's 10 pieces of ammunition. It should say on the card, or if you go to do it, I'll look up specifically. But
what kind of
10
poison?
dips of ammo.
hey, look at
I
that.
have that written down. What kind of poison is it, Kyle? Because I don't think it's in my. I just want it so I have the damage and all that. So
Yeah, which one do you have? Do
I
you
got
have
the
new stuff?
Three assassin vials.
I have the
Yeah.
3 that I got the other day. Kevin has a bunch with cards, which I have somewhere.
Yeah, Kev had some stuff from back in the day.
I can find it.
Let me
think
just
the
get you.
best is
Let me get you this specific,
I have.
because there's several different kinds.
I'm gonna rush to the bathroom while it happens.
Okay.
I have drow poison.
And Assassin's Blood, I think.
And wyvern poison.
Yeah. So wyvern poison is the same as what you were getting attacked with. Sorry. Yeah. So wyvern poison is yes. Wyvern poison is what you need to add. It's real good. Essentially, a creature subjected to this poison must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, taking 7d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Holy shit.
Injury poison can be applied to weapons and ammunition, trap components, other objects that deal piercing or slashing damage.
I'm going to add this now, and then I also actually really have to pee, and I don't want anything bad to happen while this is going on. My D&D Beyond's not loading my equipment, so I'm just going to let it think. And then, I'll figure that out in a second.
Okay, when you come back, if it doesn't, I can add it.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. So, Is there anything else you guys want to prepare? And how long do you want to wait before heading out in your new disguises and or disguise in the day?
Maybe till like just before we have to go to this festival, just so Lav doesn't get exhausted with this armor on.
Sure. If you want to just wait it out from inside, like it'll be a couple hours still. You're still mid-afternoon. You've got 2 to 3 hours before it would be like getting into the dinner hour.
Why don't we wait it out so we're not just targets?
That's up to you. It's entirely
Even
your call.
though I'm not accustomed to this, does this add anything to my armor class?
Actually, what is your armor class?
With mage armor, it's 17. Normally, it's I think
It would.
Normally, it's like 14.
It wouldn't, because you're not proficient in it. So like it's one of those weird things of it. Technically you are wearing armor, but essentially because you're not proficient in it, it essentially is going to dull your movement where you could dodge out of the way of something. You can't do that anymore. So now it could hit the armor, but like you're going to be slowed, so you're going to hit more. It's that kind of thought process.
This sucks.
You also can't you can't cast mage armor while wearing armor. It nullifies that.
Oh, well, I'll take
things that
that
get
away.
Really bad, we just we start ripping this armor off.
The spell ends if target dons armor or if you dismiss the spell as an action. Mage armor.
Cool.
So unfortunately, one of the downsides.
How long does this guy say?
An hour, I believe.
Wow, the mics pick up on that. That's great. Tiny whisper.
Nothing gets past me, motherfucker.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we wait a bit. Would you rather cast Disguise Self? It only lasts an hour.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I don't have to disguise self if I can just shape change and then put on her literal clothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what you have now, is a natural shape change with your changeling ability to become Baldora, and then to wear her armor puts you completely in the guise. If you were to disguise self, then it could be seen through. You would potentially have to do a wild magic surge, and you'd have to redo it every hour.
yeah. Nah, dog.
So it's entirely your call to which, but as of right now, you have set up in the ornamental armor, shape changed to Baldora. So I just want to confirm we're good to move ahead to just about the time of like presentation of items and artifacts, or not artifacts, but the time that she's supposed to come back out.
I'm okay with that if you guys are.
You guys go. Okay. So, several hours of just kind of patiently waiting and watching from inside. You hear the festivities continue on beyond the exterior of Bedrock. Music picks up, and you hear much merriment in the streets. Several dwarven drinking songs, all at different places, all at the same time being sung out. And you watch the guard detail around Baldora just kind of shift position and just kind of continuously make a scheduled kind of rotation. But the Champions Guild members maintain their guard.
Yeah.
The sun begins to set and not fully set, but begins to get low on the horizon, and another kind of pinky reddish glow takes the sky as it's about time to get a move on. And Baldora, Thor, and Baldric come from keeping away from prying eyes through any windows, and there's only a handful in the longhouse here. But they gather close with you, and Baldora puts a hand to you, Lavender, and says, I wish you luck. I wish you all luck, but you especially. I don't know if anything will come for you, if any of what we've prepared for will save us, but I pray to the gods that nothing happens to you and my guys. I would never live with myself after that.
I put my life on the line for you. And we promise not to let you down. Because if we do, I'll die. So, I'm working on my eloquency. Thank you, my queen.
It's not bad, actually. You've got my tone down. She looks to you all and just says, I hope to the gods that everything we plan for is nothing, and we can call this day a lot of worrying for nothing. But something in my gut says it's not quite that.
We'll see you soon.
If we'll be here, but I can't promise if things go sour that we won't get out into the fight. It's in our nature. It would be very difficult to watch our citizens take a hit and not fight ourselves. But we will position ourselves here, and if wherever you end up, meet us here if something goes sour.
Yeah, and if it goes real bad, just retreat to the throne room, and we'll try and make our way there too.
The throne room is our fallback point. If we can get the citizens out to the Sternforge mines, should anything go wrong, my guard detail will start spreading the message as soon as anything tells us it's time. And you do the same. Just if any citizens are caught in any crossfire, whatever it may be, urge them onto the Sternforge, and then urge yourselves back here. We'll have to just see how this goes.
We'll do our best to take care of the city. Don't worry.
All right, Wildcards. Let's fucking do this.
I turn to Baldor real quick as we're leaving, and I say in Dwarven, "Good luck. My soul is with you."
She smiles and responds in Dwarvish, "Come back to me. We have a future together."
And I just kind of.
You never say that in the movies. It's never good.
Okay. You guys head out into the early evening night. A still relatively warm, though a nice coolish breeze is kind of passing through the streets as merriment has not stopped in any manner in the Dwarven capital. And as you make your way out, already people who are kind of around this central hub of the outer city begin to kind of react to seeing the queen reappear out into the streets, and people begin to cheer loudly, even more loudly than they were before, and just start calling for Baldora. Lavender, I'm going to have you give me a deception check.
$17.
Nice. Solid.
It's a great check, and even easier given much of who you're trying to convince are very drunk dwarves. So you begin to make your procession out. You notice that half of the Red Guard guard detail go with you guys, maintaining the kind of, it's now a smaller square around you, while half stays back around Bedrock. So you have 10 soldiers with you, as well as your guard detail. How do you want to position yourselves around Fake Queen?
I just wrote down an idea. If you guys are cool with this, we could do Brawley and Mary on the wings, like on her arms. Doesn't have to be that close. Hondo,
It does.
Hondo, you're pretty perceptive. You could be out front. Gordo, you could be in the back. And Val could just be near Mary and Brawley, but occasionally taking to the sky, do like a loop, land on a building, just like kind of like building hop.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Anyone else have any ideas?
Everyone cool with that?
We can do whatever we want.
No, that makes sense. The fighter's close.
Fighters close, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in between, kind of rounding us, not rounding, but making a square around Baldora, with Hondo out front, 2 Red Guard at his side, 1 in front of Allie, one in front of Mary, and one behind Allie and Mary, and flanking Gord as well. You make a procession of soldiers and wildcards, and Valentine, you rush off to take to the skies whenever you see fit. So, in that case, Hondo out front, and Val, whenever you go to take to the sky, throw me a perception check as we get this thing kicked off.
Let's go, H. Come on, baby.
Okay.
It's a nat 20.
Ooh.
All right.
And a solid 10 for my boy Hondo.
So what's your perception total, Kevin?
I think it's 10 or 13. Let me check.
And my total is 31.
Holy shit!
It is 10. So 20.
Nice.
Pretty good. Good job, boys.
You guys begin making your way through the streets and headed towards, kind of led by the guard who have been instructed to bring you to the this kind of city square area near the center hub that you're at for what will be essentially a presentation of artisans and goods and things. And Valentine and Fern take to the skies, overseeing Overwatch, and Hondo out front just keeping an ever-watchful eye. You make your way through crowded streets, but they all part with not a fanfare, but they part with cheers and with respect off to the sides without needing any roughhousing from any of the guard detail. They're very respectful of Baldora and of the royal family here. You make your way to this this presentation area, and you can already see that there are several goods and sculptures kind of set out and about. You see 5 specifically that are up on a raised platform, and a kind of a waiting audience, waiting for the Queen's judgment, essentially, of these 5 pieces. You are led there by the Red Guard, and they stop and then kind of part their guard to kind of keep guard around the sides of this kind of raised platform, but make room for Baldora to take the stage, judge these pieces, and award them.
I would put out a hand to stop Baldora, quotation marks.
Valava.
Yeah. And just kind of look at Hondo and like head nod to the pieces, and I'll start walking over.
Okay.
I'll land beside Valava and dismount from Fern and just kind of take point for this.
Okay.
Position.
As you make your way down towards the gathering crowd with your natural 20, in the far back of the crowd, there's a face that stands out to you. A faint memory of this female dwarf. Within this crowd of people, there's no reason that this specific person should stick out. However, with the incredible perception you rolled, something about her just reminds you. I've seen her before. Why have I seen her before? She's, it's not, a bar patron or, something like that. It's something intrigues you about this specific female dwarf face from kind of the back section of, maybe 100, 200 people. But because you had aerial view and then come down, you managed to spy it.
I'll try to keep an eye out for that person. I imagine I don't have the same visual now that I've landed, but
as you can, I'd be cool with you pulling back to retcon that as you kind of catch it as you get low, but that's your call.
Yeah, sure, I'll show off. I'll just and then go up again. Almost like making like a show of force.
Yeah, there's a brief kind of like pull back and kind of surprise from the crowd, but they all kind of cheer like, yeah, that was fucking cool as shit. I haven't seen that before. And you kind of return to an aerial perspective, which you see some other guards that are not with your detail, but around, just like the other Red Guard, kind of take a position like, is this what we're waiting for? Like, there's some weird guy flying around, but then they kind of relax, and you all kind of catch a bit of that. As Mary, what were you saying you were doing?
I was going to take Hondo to go look at the stage area before she goes up there.
Okay. Then Hondo and Mary, both of you make your own investigation checks. And Lavender, throw me one more deception check, please.
Not good.
Oh
boy.
Not great.
Okay, I
19.
I rolled
Okay.
pretty good.
Mary?
25.
Anna, what'd you get?
9.
Plus anything or no?
Well,
It was a natural 4.
Oh wow.
That wasn't great. But 25 for Mary?
Yep.
Lav, as you kind of begin to take your position and then see Mary and Hondo step up to just scope the place out, you take a pause and kind of prepare yourself again and just like, okay, I'm Baldora, and kind of go through just like, this is normal, this is what I'm doing. But there is your performance is great, and you are very confident that you are committed to your performance, but you can begin to feel some wear of wearing heavy armor, even just for a short jaunt. You're not bulky, you're not used to this, and it's not comfortable, and you're very much focused on just trying to maintain who you're supposed to be, but in the back of your mind you're aching.
Okay.
So not having any adverse effects as of yet, but starting.
To everyone in the crowd, I raise up and I say, welcome to the Moonweaver Festival. As you know, I just recently lost my father. And so if I may seem off, I have gathered my friends from near and far to join me. As you can tell, some of us showing off a little. You up there. If there's anything we know about dwarven people, it's that we are loyal to each other. We stick together. And in hard times, there is no better time to put an arm around your neighbor. Stay strong, and artisans, I appreciate your work. If you do find me returning back to the Red Keep, it is simply to pay tribute to my father and tell him about the amazing artisan work that you have done here today. Enjoy the Sorry. Oh, it's just getting to me already. Enjoy the Moonweaver Festival, everyone. And I raise my hand and I say something like very dwarvish.
Okay. Yeah. Continuing with your 19 deception, the speech goes over incredibly well. The crowd at first were a little unsure where it was headed, but then there was kind of a long a loud kind of not loud, but a note as you make your way through, making note of Gunther's passing, and then as the final gesture of dwarfish just shouting, yeah! There's a cheer, as many of them are still quite intoxicated and still carrying booze. However, you take the stage as Mary and Hondo take a look at the 5 pieces that are kind of awaiting your judgment. One of which is this dwarven warrior in combat with a bear that has been carved from wood. It's this kind of tall sculpture-like piece that looks incredible. As Hondo, you kind of take a look at it. The fur looks amazing in the detail of the beard and armor pieces of this wooden bear and warrior, and it looks incredibly like painstaking to have gotten the level of detail, but it doesn't look any off beyond any of that as you inspect it. Mary, you quickly take a quick look over. There is a small cask with a couple of glasses of what immediately smells like very strong whiskey beside that, and you
There's just like a little mental in the back of my head, oh no, I hope she can drink.
You note that it has a very strong scent to it, and you have no way of really investigating without trying to know if it's been poisoned or anything like that. Something that, with the intent of what you and Hondo are up here to inspect, without any action to be taken to know whether it's poisoned, your investigation can't tell that with right now. So you're a little off on that one. You're not fully sure on that one. However, as you and Hondo finish your scout of the last 3 items, there's a necklace of these blue tinted diamonds that are held within a lacework lattice of a thin, what has been like strung diamond string. It's an exquisite piece of jewelry and craftsmanship. Nothing there kind of seems odd to the two of you. There is, in fact, a stone sculpture of King Gunther Redmayne. At the far end of the stage, kind of in his prime, this long, luxurious beard of marbled stone. He stands with one hand atop the butt of his great hammer that rests at his foot and his helm under the other arm. And it's an impressive piece of stonework, and presumably done in a relatively short amount of time, given his passing. But there's just something to the eyes that is impressive and eerie. There's a life to them. And finally, at the beside the statue of Gunther, there sits a pair of steel bracers of these like fanned plates that are almost like dragon scale, but they're metallic. These bracers, and beside them, there are a pair of bracers. One is a fanned plate, and the other is this pointed plate that look both like. Both look almost like dragon scale in the way they're shaped, but you can tell that they are just metallic, though none of what you've seen here, Mary specifically, looks as if it is trapped. You see no sign of, your vials of explosives that you may have been waiting for. The only thing you're not sure about would be the cask of whiskey. As Baldora, you take the stage.
I would love to have all artisans who have created these amazing, amazing works to please approach the front of the stage, for I would love to honor you for doing our dwarven nation proud in your work.
5 individuals step forward from the front of the crowd. They step forward, and all each seem to be in a line to their craft. And you see 3 male dwarves, 1 female dwarf, and 1 half-orc.
Half-orc?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for being here. My good friend Mary is going to honor you by her nation looking you straight in the eyes and assessing your energy with your sculpture. It is something that she is bringing us as we share our cultures together.
God, it's really hard to not. There's a weird look that can't be hidden.
Yeah, that's fine. Throw an insight check, and Lav,
God.
throw me another deception check.
Oh boy.
I just feel like this is going to go bad.
I rolled my minimum.
Oh yeah, baby.
But my minimum's pretty good. I rolled a 3, but that's actually an 8 plus 9, I think.
Yeah, 16 or 17 is your
17.
minimum.
17's my minimum.
Mine is 34.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
You covered up for the fact that Mary was
34.
very taken off guard by that.
What did you roll?
I don't know if it's that
That's
high. Actually.
crazy.
You added too much.
Mine is 24.
That's more right. That's
caught,
better.
you caught her deceived on the question.
Still very good. And there is, Mary, as you're inciting the 5 craftspeople, they all kind of give a quizzical look as Lavender goes through her little speech, and you also have that moment, but it's fitting to the moment. But none of them seem out of place with who they are. They all seem like they bear the signs of craftsmen in their own right. They don't look like hardened sellswords or anything like that, though the half-orc looks like he can handle himself, but that's kind of half-orcs in general. So nothing, Mary, makes you think that they are anything untoward.
Okay.
Can I look for my friend in the crowd again?
Sure. Throw another perception check.
Really good.
Oh, no.
28.
Okay, hang on. Also, Leah, did you get the poison added to your?
Yes, I did. I found it. Thank you. Shit's immune to poison. I'm going to be so sad because it's awesome.
You never used that stuff before.
Yeah, Val, as you are keeping your eyes to the sky, but also you're trying to keep a scope on everything, right? But you are now specifically kind of honed in on the singular person. You do see that they are kind of leaning in the store or the front of a building, whether it's a storefront or a home, you're not sure. Just in like the stoop where it would lead down into a lowered entryway, but it is kind of a covered area. They're a little in shadow, and whether just by nature of this is where they're standing, or are they trying to be a little stealthy? And you get kind of your eyes in the sky over them. You get the feeling that they're trying and be hidden a bit. And there's just something still niggling in the back of your mind of just like this face is familiar to me somehow.
I'll quietly go on the earring and just be like, is anyone else surprised how good she is at this? Also, might have something. Keeping my eyes on someone at the back, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I do not respond because I'm in front of a large crowd.
And for game's sake, Lav does not have an earring. It's just us, so.
Yeah.
Would I, since I'm just kind of standing guard, would I be able to see who Val is talking about?
Throw a perception check yourself to see if you can spot where, like, he's up in the sky, so you can kind of track where he's looking. So give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
Okay, that is 18. Hold on. So
-5.
0, so 18.
So, unfortunately, given their position at the back of this crowd, and you being the only one of the crowd not able to see over the heads of said crowd, you don't quite know. You can't see them directly, but you can see where Val's looking to. So you could start making your way around the crowd to position yourself to see them. But it would you'd have to move a little bit, unfortunately. But you know the direction. So
I see Allie like looking around kind of, so I quickly say, and as we welcome our artisans, I would also like to welcome my good friend Elena Bronwyn onto this stage. Some would say a sister from another mister.
I take it back.
Allie, do you take the stage?
I guess so, just because I don't want to cause anything. So I just kind of look confused, and then I'm like, okay. So she walks up stage.
Yeah, and then I look to the creator of the whiskey, and I say, "Oh, is this a delicacy to be enjoyed?"
But of course, it's one of the favorites.
This dwarf kind of moves forward with a slight tilt of his head, and he's an elderly dwarf with a short cropped beard. He says, yes, my queen, this has not even been named yet. I was hoping should it win your favor, you would provide a name for this fine aged whiskey. It's been aging by the brewer family for 20 years in casks made of trees taken from the upper Gontalgrim range. It is a very, very fine dwarven whiskey that I think you will quite enjoy.
Oh, 20 years. That's the same age as me. Just kidding. We all know I'm older than that. I am just going to meet with the rest of my board, and we shall have an answer very shortly on the winner.
The crowd begins to murmur as this display happens ahead of them. Is there anything? What are you guys doing? What's happening? Call it out.
I'm still like eyes on. I don't want to move to draw too much attention, so I'm just still going to try and watch the shadowy person.
All right, everyone. It is so hard. All of these artisan goods are so good that it is making me very difficult to choose. So this may be a matter of the heart. I would love for each artisan to explain their work and the creation behind it. You first, the bear fellow.
The bear fellow is in fact a female.
I mean, oh my goodness. I have also been inside a long time, miss.
That's you would have known that, in fairness.
Please.
Please. Shaving.
She steps forward and begins kind of just going through her process of carving this this warrior in combat and how it's an homage and ode to the Champions Guild. And as she kind of is going through this little spiel, this little story built up that she has, she introduced herself as Nostra Cragend. But Valentine, you make your way a little closer, not being obvious. You make your way closer to, within the sky, to this figure. And Lav, can I get you to throw me one last deception check for the last, two bits
Give me
of
that woman's name
dialogue.
again.
Nostra Cragend.
Nostra Cragend.
I love it.
17.
Okay. As Lavender calls on the artisans to begin explaining their works, Valentine, you get closer and closer to this figure, and you watch as they look and turn back inside this building that they're in. They open the door and head in beneath into like a lower entryway into this. It looks like a house or a storefront. You're not entirely sure, but they head inside, out of sight.
This might be too much to ask. Do they look worried? Do they look...
Okay.
Was there an urgency to that?
Throw me an insight check. Because that's a smart question. I like that.
No, it's not great. 2 plus 9.
Well,
So sorry, it is 9. 2 plus
9 total. Let me... Yeah.
Hard to say.
Very hard to say. You're still at a distance, so like very specific facial structure, hard to make out. They're also in shadow, and you're like kind of bobbing. You're on fern. It's not a flat surface. So unfortunately, you're difficult to make out what it was their intention was. As the next person begins to speak to, actually he already spoke to his whiskey, so not him. The next person.
Do you have a name, sir? I'm so sorry.
Drake Orbrew.
Drake.
Could I just update squad on that? I'll just be like, woman, there was a dwarven woman. She looked kind of odd, but she's ducked back in that building at the very back.
Okay.
Still looking out.
The next dwarf, whose name is Arthur Goldbraid, he begins talking about the lattice work of diamonds, these blue tinted diamonds, and begins going into the where the diamonds came from and their blue tint, how that was achieved. And it's kind of, you can tell he's like super interested in it, but it's just bland. Like it's just not that interesting. And he's just like going on about how difficult it was to make this lacework and lattice.
Arthur, that is wonderful. Thank you so much.
He's very proud and kind of slinks back to his position.
Quick question. What mines did you find these diamonds in?
He says they were found within our own, the Sternforge mines.
Wonderful. And this one makes me emotional, everyone. Gunther, my father.
The third male dwarf steps forward and begins talking about, his name is Braden Flint, and he begins speaking to how moved he was by your speech and how it was very much his inspiration when Gunther passed, that he knew that a piece needed to be made in his honor for this festival, and that he worked tirelessly since Gunther's passing to try to do his legacy justice.
Well, you really nailed those eyes. Those are hauntingly accurate, Braden. Thank you so much. A flint turned to fire on this one. Now the last, these metallic pieces. Interesting. A dragon-like image.
The half-orc steps forward and introduces himself as Kellogg Skullcrusher. a craftsman of the outer city who has worked as a smithy within the city for many years, and he asks for with his kind of as gently as he can to approach and display his pieces as they need to be seen and displayed rather than just looked at.
For sure. Before I ask you to approach, just a question. Is Skull Crusher a family name or something your friend's given you?
It was the name I was given as a child.
Then you pass. All right. Come on forward and try those on. I'm just going to take a step back here.
I thank you, my queen. And he he steps around, jumps on the stage, and he puts the two bracers on, and with a he tenses his left arm, and from the fanned bracer, these metallic scales kind of shoot out and create an instant shield of fanned plates instantly at his wrist. And from the other bracers, he tenses his other hand, and from the back of these pointed bracers, a blade extends out from the back of this bracer, and he kind of clangs them together with a shooting of sparks, and then gives a bow, and then with a tense, they both retract into bracers, and he removes them, placing them back on these pillows.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's what I like to call arms dealing. We are going to buy a few of those, Kellogg. Thank you. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. Wasn't that amazing, everyone?
The crowd erupts in many, many cheers. Ale, mead, and wine is sloshed all over the place. Is there anything else any of you are doing in the meantime as this is happening? Valentine, are you pursuing any further? Gord, are you hanging out?
I'm hanging out, observing.
Okay.
I'm more worried now, but I won't be looking at that spot unless there's a window archway. Does that building have windows that have a good look? Yeah.
There are two upper windows and two main floor windows. But you would have to get lower. Obviously, you have to get ground floor to get to the main floor windows. But while still in the air, you could take a look at the upper windows.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Make a perception check. One of my beard hairs keeps tickling my nose, and it's driving me fucking crazy.
I got a natural 19, so that's 30, 31? 30. Sorry, 30.
With a very thorough and quick check through the windows, you see nothing.
Okay.
Well, you see stuff, but you see an empty place of people.
So we're in a courtyard. Could I just, what's behind the stage? I'm basically looking for a little place I could land that hopefully isn't too far away.
You can see that this is set up on one side of what would be a city square. So yeah, on the other side of this stage area is just other carts and things that are selling meats and ale and wine and stuff like that are currently just kind of all positioned roughly so that they can go and no one's gonna be buying stuff while the presentation is happening. So there is a space right behind that you could land in for sure.
Could I land on a roof that's looking at this building that this woman went in?
Yeah, you can. There's kind of buildings all over the place. They're roughly in a grid pattern. There's just this open square that everyone is in currently. So you have a wide array of buildings you could land atop of.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll land on one halfway in the square and just be watching that. Just on
for sure.
Top of her.
Taking an Overwatch position as well. Okay. So, judgment to be coming from Lavender in Baldora's position.
Are there any other higher ranking people here? Is this very much a of the people type thing?
Higher ranking in what way? In,
I don't know,
society higher ranking?
Yeah. Is there a hierarchy here, or is it just massive people, us on stage, guards, that's kind of it?
Yeah, there's no VIP section. This is just kind of this is the mass grouping that has decided to come out to this. You don't see with your passive insights and perceptions, nobody stands out as especially luxurious. Not the Oakenstone family that they would be obviously ostentatious. These people seem that they are definitely more working class. However, you do see some that look like upper class that probably came from the inner city. You notice some of the names sound familiar. The Goldbraid name sounds as one of the inner city kind of upper level families that you were hinted at before. So there's some connection there. So like there's no dividing, but nothing necessarily stands out. If that's what you're looking for. And just as Lavender is about to give her judgment, Valentine, you feel a shift within your diplomat's pouch.
Take it out.
Okay. First, let's hear Lavender.
Boy, oh boy.
Everyone, thank you so much for cheering on one another. I would like to say this bear-like sculpture will give us great honor within the Redmayne family. It represents the strength of this group, Dwarven and Redmayne. This cask, the strong whiskey, I believe to be drunk at our next festival throughout the land. This necklace, blue with diamonds, I shall bear this during the eclipse, if you shall allow me. It represents the minds and the hardworking people here. This stone sculpture, my father, this will be right outside the Redmayne forevermore. Your hard artisan work has done us proud as a Redmayne family. But I must say, the winner. And if you will allow us, I would love to honor this armor and give it to my good friend, Elena Bronwyn, to bear forevermore, and as well be the future armor of our Redmayne works. Congratulations, one and all. We are becoming stronger because of all of you. Let's give them a hand.
The crowd erupts as two soldiers step up behind you of your Red Guard detail, and they present one small chest and a second smaller chest, to which one of the guards look to you and says, who's the runner-up? Who's second?
The runner-up, the stone sculpture of my father. I'm sorry if this seems a little biased, but my heart is ever heavy, as is the armor I bear.
You see there was a moment of concern from the artisans as the half-orc steps up and accepts this chest of a relatively hefty chest of 1,500 gold, and the artisan Braden Flint accepts the second amount. It's in like a leather pouch, a pretty big one, of 750 gold, and the half-orc is kind of overjoyed and like at the thought of like this is gonna be the armor that's the whole Red Guard is gonna be wearing. Like he's just like, you just put him on a whole other world.
Dollar signs.
Yeah, he's just like, I have so much to work on. Like he's just like blindsided. But your guard detail begin to pull you away before any sudden questions arise. And Valentine, as you watch the festivities begin to come to an end, and nothing untoward happen from the festivities, you see a message from Haldor, hastily written, saying, something has happened. The tower in the outer city, the one near the Greystone Mines, is gone.
Isn't that the tower of the, like,
Willbreakers?
in my head, am I thinking he's referring to the Willbreaker Tower?
That's the only tower that comes to mind.
It's gone.
I immediately go on the ring and be like, something bad's happening. The Willbreaker Tower just disappeared. We gotta get out of here. Get Lav out of here. I say to my friends with urgency.
Yeah.
We're all just like, whatever.
Sorry, I was on mute. I'll just come up to Lavender and just do the like Secret Service like for now.
Okay. You see the sky grows darker and darker as time passes, and a murmur passes through the crowd as the immediate smell of a massive feast begins to be set
There's
out.
an explosion.
Oh my god,
outside
fireworks are going on outside.
Oh, look at that!
What's happening?
Explosions happen in the town square of Hammerstock. the feast of the moon begins to be served, and as soon as you're being pulled off stage, people's focus shifts entirely to food, booze. Let's go, party time. And
Thank you, everyone. It is time we feast. Goodbye.
As they begin to kind of filter out of this area, though many are still kind of hanging back, you're able to group up with your team without anyone pursuing or anyone kind of approaching in any weird manner. It's also at this point that Hondo, you hear the flapping of wings. As Valentine, you also notice a winged eagle making its way through the crowd.
Michael,
you can see off in the distance, still a ways out, but you, with Hondo, with your incredible passive perception, and Valentine being up in the air, you can see flying very quickly, though through the dark sky, this faint shimmer of familiar energy as Jamichael flies towards you. And once it breaches just over the rooftop that Valentine is on, Hondo, you hear within your mind Jamichael's voice saying, "Many things are coming from within the mines. Large group, up the tunnels."
I alert. I'll give a sign. I'm like,
Okay.
I will radio Hondo and be like, send him to me. I'll give him the vials. So he can go back and do what we talked about.
okay.
Right away?
So I instruct Michael telepathically. Go to Valentine.
Okay.
Do you say straight away, Mary?
Well, that's what I mean. Are we just going to collapse it on them, or are we going to try to collapse it on them? We need, maybe if anything, no, I'm not there. I don't hear any of this.
We're just gonna blow them up, and if
You would have heard over the earring.
Yeah, I would have said that to everyone, not just him.
Oh, I would have said, for now, maybe he can just get eyes on something. If Hondo's close enough, he might be able to look through him.
Do we have to be close, like 150 feet?
I thought it was like
While I'm saying this, I'm taking out one vial from my bag of holding. Delicately.
Yeah.
On the rooftop.
Lavender, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Why? What's happening?
Probably exhaustion.
an arrow hits.
Saving throw?
Saving throw.
You can.
Oh, this?
Yeah, you might be able to do your thing if you want.
What do you mean?
You know, you have that like ability to do things, like you can re-roll something on a save.
It's a 9.
You,
I think
you have to
but-
decide before you know whether or not that works.
Yeah, like
you have to decide if that's the roll.
Oh, okay, yeah. What do I want to do here?
That thing just above
Uh,
that guy.
Tides of Chaos?
You can gain advantage on an attack roll, ability check, saving throw. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, yeah. Let's do a little Tides of Chaos.
Okay, technically you should call that before, but it's cool.
Much better. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
So just tap that.
Yeah.
But then if he makes you do a wild surge, you can undo it.
Okay.
I just want to look up how that works. But you're good for
I
now.
need to leave. I need to take off this armor.
I'm feeling stressed.
I need to take off this armor.
Where the fuck is it? Whatever, I'll look at it later. Okay, so things are popping off. What do you want? What are y'all doing?
Send Jamichael to me. I'm going to give him a vial. He can fly in the tunnel and collapse it on them.
I do.
So Hondo, what is the instruction you give Jamichael?
Go to Valentine. Take the vial. Drop it on the people you see in the tunnel.
Okay.
As soon as possible.
Okay.
Great instruction.
Jamichael immediately takes off towards Valentine.
I'll take out one vial and I'll be like, when he gets close to me, I'll be like,
Yeah.
be careful with your. I'll be like, you be careful with this in your talons, okay? You hold this very gently.
I want you to make a dexterity check.
Oh God.
Oh no.
One.
Check or save?
Straight check.
So that's 11? 10.
Jesus. Cutting it fucking close, man. 10 is fine, but man, I
It's
debated,
pretty close to a bad thing.
I debated in my head, like, this is a relatively delicate thing. Like, it should be pretty high, but No, a 10 is the base check. He manages to take it from you. And he begins to fly off towards, with the singular vial clutched in his talon, towards the mines once more.
Is he going towards the outer tunnel or the inner tunnel?
He's headed back the way he came.
Which was
the outer tunnel. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were hopefully right. That's the way they're going. How far of a walk would it be out to where that tower disappeared? Ish.
Sorry, 1 second.
I will supply new music. This is a classic.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the Tides of Chaos thing now. I'm trying to read it, but I don't care. Yeah. War drums. So, Michael flies off into the dark night, and the night begins to grow even darker. And there's a pause as the throughout the crowd, and you can hear kind of a scurrying of people trying to get good positioning as they begin to look skyward. As you can see the full moon beginning to take its form, and you can see the two moons begin to cross over one another as the eclipse begins to get closer in their penultimate meeting point. All around you, dwarves are grabbing drink, jumping on tables and chairs, trying to get a good look in the sky as the feast is underway, but people take a pause of it to watch this thing as it gets ever closer. You can begin to see just the beginning of the outer band of the moon begin to turn this reddish-orange hue, and the eclipse is a few minutes from happening as Jamichael flies off into the darkness. And what are the rest of you doing on the ground?
How far of a walk was it? How long would it take to get to that tower that disappeared, or in that general area?
To the Willbreakers Tower, or towards the mines? You guys are relatively close. Let me check specifically if I have it here.
While Kyle checks that, I think we need to get Lav's armor off.
Can I message everyone and say, I gotta take this off, okay?
I think you can only message one person, but yes.
Can I just message Brawley and tell her that I want to take this off?
Yes.
I want it off.
I want this off. I'm feeling very claustrophobic. And I'm just like smiling at everyone.
Yeah.
Is there like a private area?
Let's just commandeer a building. Let's fucking take a building and make it ours.
Okay. There are plenty of buildings that are currently unoccupied. Like you said,
let's go in one.
No lights on at any of these structures. Everyone's kind of out here. And with a quick, swift kick, one of the doors is opened. The Red Guard begin to position themselves outside as you are suddenly kind of stricken with the need to get inside and away from whatever's happening. It will take 10 minutes to doff this armor.
Even with help?
Yeah, it takes help. Without help.
Okay.
That's even longer.
Okay.
I'll land outside it and tell Fern to watch guard outside this door. And then I'll come inside and shut this door. And I'll fucking activate Heartbreaker. I am worried.
We all, the whole time, just like speed talking, like, we need to start getting people out of here. We need to, can you notify someone? Is anyone sending me messages? Just like panic, going through the motions.
So, before anything else continues, from the mouth of the Greystone mines, about 300 feet ish, maybe 300 to 400 feet, is where the Willbreakers Tower kind of sits, and that's where the outer edge of these not populated buildings, these kind of abandoned areas of the outer city, and the general kind of expanse between of farmland and general just rocky crag exist. 500, 600 feet is the very edge of like populated area. Where you guys are is maybe 1,000 feet, maybe even a bit more from the mine itself. Probably 1,500 from the mine, 1,000 from like the tower area. So this position has kind of brought you a little closer, but it would still take a couple minutes to get there.
We need to start getting people out of this area now.
We don't know what we're bringing them to, whether we're pushing them to a bad place or not.
Fuck.
Let's get Lav's armor off.
Yeah. The whole time is like frantically pulling stuff off.
I can still switch to her at any moment just without that armor on, just to tell these people where the frick to go. They're stupid. They'll think I am her. I'm so good at it. Get this chest plate off me!
Yeah, so it's going to take a couple minutes. So you guys begin the process of removing the armor from Lavender.
I'll quickly say, Hondo,
Sorry,
can
it's not
you
10
see through
minutes, that's my
Jermichael?
bad. But it's still 5. It'll still take some time. It's 10 for like heavy armor. This is armored, so it's only a couple minutes. But without the proficiency of like, I don't know what the fuck goes on here. You need Brawley and probably Mary to help you get rid of this armor.
I'll step outside to look at this moon.
Okay. Gord and Hondo, what are you guys doing?
Did your Michael in range to see?
Probably not at this point. He is pretty fast, and you sent him off and then pulled inside, and now you're at this point. Like, he should be at this point kind of getting close to the mine, given his speed.
Can I also write in my the pouch?
Yep.
Have you told the queen? I think we should get in defensive positions.
Okay. It'll take a minute for process to go through. As you step outside and quickly jot this down, the sky begins to grow even darker, and Valentine, you look up and see the moonlight begin to vanish as the eclipse is in full view. The armor falls away from Lavender. You are free from the vines, and your party is now ready to do whatever is about to happen next. And Val, you watch this reddish glow take the sky around the now fully eclipsed moon, which glows kind of brilliantly in this otherwise vacant sky. You hear the crowd from all across the outer city oohing and awing, and some of the drunker patrons are hooting and hollering rather loudly, though their shouts, through their shouts, a low rumble sweeps across the crowd. A roll of thunder from what was a moment ago a clear sky. And you look to the eclipsed moon, the sky suddenly alight with a splintering bolt of lightning amid fast-moving clouds of deep red and purple. Your party enters out into the streets to see the outline of the moon grow red, and redder still as droplets of rain begin to fall from the clouds above. The festive spirit from around the city breaks slightly as rain begins to pick up rapidly, turning from a light spitting of rain to a furious torrential storm. You look around you and in horror see the crowds and streets awash in blood. You look to your friends and yourselves and see a similar sight. Blood rains from the dark sky above. The crack of thunder rattles through the outer city, and the lightning once more draws your eyes skyward to a singular point. In the middle of the eclipsing moon, silhouetted by bolts of lightning, you see a humanoid figure. Tattered cloth ripples wildly amidst the storm, a long dark staff in one hand. Another flash and thunderous roar illuminates around this singular figure other flying specters. Robes and cloaks similarly blown wild, 30, 40, more grim specters of death leer down from the hundreds of feet above Hammerstock as the rain of blood continues to pour. People across the outer city begin to slowly pull away from the sight and begin ducking beneath awnings and stoops of buildings to retreat from the storm. What are you guys doing?
Is like we can feel it. It's real. Does it smell like blood?
It smells like it has an iron tint to it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got that kind of copper penny smell.
I will use prestidigitation. You can never pronounce that.
Prestidigitation.
There you go. And I'll shout, like, amplify my voice and yell, like, "Citizens, to the Sternforge mines!"
Prestidigitation do that? I thought that was thaumaturgy.
Ooh, you're probably right. Sorry, you're right. So I don't know if I have that.
You don't.
I got them confused.
Well, you can still yell.
I will yell that very loud.
Yeah, absolutely. It's thaumaturgy that amplifies your voice. But
I'm dipping my +1 arrows into some motherfucking poison.
Okay.
I immediately go major armor.
Okay, mage armor is cast. It'll take you guys a second to apply the poison to 10 different pieces of ammunition. And as you begin to duck in under from the rain of blood over top of the city of Hammerstock, another moment passes as a rippling roar of thunder quakes the crowd, and you see down the streets they begin to scatter entirely as fear grips them fully. They begin to scatter, running towards you, hopefully having heard Valentine's cries, and you begin to see some of the guard detail around begin to try and just organize and just start shoving people in the right direction. You hear the term Sternforge thrown about throughout the torrential storm and sudden scattering of people as streams of blood run through the streets and the crowd takes off in every direction. The Red Guard and Champions Guild spring into action, and with some direction they begin to follow and make their way out of what could be harm's way. However, as you... Go ahead.
Sorry, you keep going.
As you begin to process and prepare yourselves, you position yourselves kind of outside of this building in the middle of this kind of central square. A voice calls out across the city, amplified by the frantic escape of the people. People of Haverfell, be still. Your fear is palpable, but fear not. A simplified future is at hand, one of order and balance. For years I obsessed over control, elements, mastery of arcane, the ever-frenzied weave that binds us, that balances good and evil. But this blinded me to the real threat of our time. It is not some unseen force that brings pain and death to our homes. It is not magic that turns good people away from society, turns them murderers and rapists. It is in us all. Our free will, our choice to embrace chaos in all forms. Indulgences of the mind and body have soiled us all. No longer. The Revenant Vow declares order. We are heralds of a new age of man and law, one devoid of chaos. We bring order, law to balance the chaos of your free will. Sadly, at the expense of a few, but only for the betterment of us all. Many will call us hypocrites and fiends, and to those who might fall this night, they may yet be justified. But a new world draws ever nearer, and that bloodshed will bind us all under his rule. This night a vow will be fulfilled. In Asmodeus, King of the Nine, we cleanse your land of chaos, feasting upon it. And in the light of a new day, a new world will be born. A world of order, born of blood. Blood drawn from stone. There's a cacophony as the crowd just full sprints in panic, and you hear a faint explosion from the direction of the mines.
Michael, you beautiful bastard. So sorry, is he like bearing down on us, or we just see him in the distance? Like
you see him high above the city, almost in the position of where the moon is, surrounded by these kind of spectral, floating specters, several hundred feet in the air. Not directly above, but like kind of off.
Is he in the direction of the mine?
Yeah, he would be in the direction of the mine. But not like directly over top of it necessarily, but like vaguely that direction. This is where the moon is.
A mine!
So, what are you guys doing?
I think I'll yell for the Red Guard. I'll be like, split your forces. Like, half of you go to the mine. Half of you go to the Greystone mine on the outer city. Half of you get these other people to the Sternforge mines.
Make a persuasion check.
30. Sorry, math is hard. 28.
Okay. You manage to corral the guard detail you have with you, and catch a couple of guards as they are rushing by, trying to find order here. And they just begin to. They hear orders and they recognize you, and they begin to just nod, and they at least seem to try their best.
We gotta start moving.
Where?
Towards this shit. Finishing putting the arrows away, getting them ready, separated from what I have.
Okay.
Do we go to you know who, or is that drawing them close to you know who?
We have to deal with this. We can't fucking leave this.
I know, but
from the direction of the Greystone Mines, you begin to hear a reverberating cacophony of gnashing teeth, claws, and thundering footsteps that grows louder and louder. This shrieking sound of hundreds of nightmarish creatures approaching at vast speed can be heard from the direction of the mine.
yeah, let's go there. Of course, we run to the nightmare. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, we need to. Well, so there was an explosion, right? But presumably, it didn't set off the monster explosion we had set up.
We don't know.
Oh, we're not close enough to tell.
Mary, throw an intelligence check, because you would be able to decipher the difference in the sound.
Okay.
One is going to be
Real big.
massive. Was this it?
It's only a 13.
It's hard to tell. Over the cacophony of all this stuff happening, you are at a fair distance. Unfortunately, with that, you can't be sure. You don't want to speculate.
Let's rush to the mine then.
If
Let's
this
go
thing
to.
didn't explode, we need to make that happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Taking off with your crew, let's take a quick break so I can set some things up. So, as you guys begin to marshal yourselves and rush towards the sounds of battle off towards the mines, you did hear an explosion as Jamichael delivered one of the explosive vials, one of your explosive payloads, toward the mining company, the Greystone mining tunnels. However, as you rush through the city streets, having prepared pieces of ammunition, prepared certain spells, and doffed certain armors, you make your way to the outskirts of this kind of dilapidated area of town. At this point, you would be roughly in line with the Willbreaker's Tower. It would be to the lower part of camera, about a couple hundred feet. Consider that south for purposes of like directional with the camera. Think of the direction of the camera as north, a regular compass.
Up is north.
Yeah, down is south. So south would be another couple hundred feet would be the Willbreaker's Tower. However, as you make your way into these streets, hoping to not meet your enemy, you see ahead a large force of these gnashing teeth and very quick-moving, gray-skinned undead creatures. They're clearly undead with this tattered gray flesh, and they move as a swarm, this massive horde that is clawing and biting ferociously and just tearing through the Red Guard soldiers. You can tell that they've already destroyed through the first forward phalanx that would be at the mines. They have already at least moved through, if not killed, that first forward phalanx, and you are now meeting up with the intermediate phalanx, having passed the last line phalanx who was helping. Valentine kind of helped split them to try and send more help to the Sternford side, and some to help just like govern people around this area. As you make your way here, you see a clash between the intermediate line here and hundreds of these figures. Let's have everyone roll initiative. And put on some music.
True. Attaboy, Hondo. Good job. 15. What do you add to that?
10. So 25.
Jesus.
Okay, so let's start with Hondo then. Hondo is at 25. Allie?
That's 18.
Nice.
Lavender and Valentine?
A big 12, baby.
Okay.
8.
Ooh. Mary?
You're maybe muted.
Yeah, Mary?
Oh shit, I was muted. 13.
Not great.
Not
And
good.
Gordo?
14.
Okay.
We're all right in that lower teens.
Right where we want to be.
Great.
Rope-a-dope. Rope-a-dope.
And then Hondo's at the top.
Allie with the high initiative. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, come through.
I know, I never get initiative.
Yeah, this is actually pretty flipped compared to usual. Except Hondo, he's always up top. Let me just finish writing.
Is that a battle pony? A battle bun from Lav?
Okay.
Fight, baby.
So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to have everyone, you're all on the ground. Valentine, you're riding Fern just on the ground for the time being.
Yep.
You can take these guys however you feel fit. But just for the purpose of starting off, everyone's on the ground. You can see directly ahead of you, there are some carts, and there's like a statue that's kind of right in the middle. It's kind of hard to make out, but it is like a statue. It can provide some cover. However, through it, you can see the action happening across the way. And you can see, like, I only have about 10 of these soldiers in place, but imagine a slightly larger force just without having to cover the battlefield with 1,000 miniatures. That would take way too long. Top of the round, Hondo. What are you doing?
Raymond's not in this, right?
No. So as you guys have been running, keeping an eye to the sky, knowing that Raymond and crew are silhouetted by the moon, you can still see that they are still in that aerial position. They are several hundred feet, just kind of keeping aerial view over the fight, but they seem not to have engaged as of yet.
Okay, I'm going to create a wall of water between us and them.
Nice.
Where specifically? Like, do you want to put it behind the red guard line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trapping these men to their deaths.
They'll be fine, probably.
They're fine.
There's enough of them.
Will this show up on this? It'll show up for me. That's good enough.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So I'll put it right through this space here. Is a wall of water. Cool.
Cool.
So that's your action. You are. I just kind of threw everyone down in a rough line. You're right in the middle here. It'll be difficult to see the spaces on this map. I understand that. So just give me an idea of how far ahead you want to move. I'll tell you if there's anything in your way and if you can or cannot do that. I'm going to be very cool with, like, the idea of space here is going to be a little iffy. So if something isn't going to work, I'm not going to try and, like, you didn't have enough movement, suck it. It's going to be trying to be open and honest with it. So do you want to move anywhere?
I'm going to move a bit to the right. I'll head into the right.
Okay.
I'm on. Where am I?
You are right here.
Okay, me
So-
to the left.
So that's your full move, your action to move into 30 spaces.
Okay.
30
Move-
feet.
Move me a bit back and a bit to your left.
My left would be this here.
Oh, sorry. Then your south. Or
My south.
Toward you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
You got it.
Yeah, there we go.
Easy enough. That's your action to conjure up the wall of water, which immediately fills the space with a 20-foot high wall of water that now protects any of you from aerials coming through in your direction. Though, you see some of the soldiers kind of look back and, like, what new devilry is this? Now there's just a wall of water harrowing us from behind. But it's there nonetheless. That takes us to your enemies.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, you see them move forward, and you begin to see the front line of the Red Guard soldiers get enveloped and swarmed by this forward group of these undead, and they begin to just maul them. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. And then they actually move one space forward. It's there. Let's just keep it like this. Keep it like that. Yeah. You see the the front line of the Red Guard soldiers begin to get swarmed, and these undead just tear into them, and you see several fall rather quickly. But there are still a large line of Red Guard between you and them, but that's all they do for this time. It takes us to Alana.
Okay, so, can I, since no one's there yet, can I hold an attack?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'll move up a little bit further.
Yep. You want to keep this line here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
That's your full 30.
Yeah.
You can pinch them in there, right? Because they're all gonna have to try to come through that little space.
Yeah. So I'll stay there, and then I'll hold an attack.
Okay. Holding your Thunderhammer?
Yeah.
Okay. You position yourself and you hold your attack as just the sound of just their like shrieking kind of voices and just tattering of armor, claws on armor, breaking of bone. It sounds horrid. But you prepare yourself for the attack. Gord, it's now your turn. Mary, you're on deck.
Okay. I will run forward to about where Hondo is.
You got it.
And I will ignite my Soulbreaker chains.
Yeah.
Okay. You spin both chains down or your chain down into one hand with your staff in the other, and the flame wraps around these metal chains. Anything else you're doing?
As a bonus action, I would also like to take out my dancing longsword.
Okay. Oh yeah, I should get a thingy for that. Let's use this. Okay. The longsword is going to play that little D4 there. Can you see that okay?
Yep.
Okay. That is going to be your longsword. Can you move it when you first throw it out? I think it can move up to kind of like a spiritual weapon.
It just says, as a bonus action, toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word.
Check.
Oh, no, I'd have to do another action to send it to fly. So I'll just cast it and let it, stand beside me.
Okay. It's at the ready, at your side, should anything come near you, and on your next turn, you can move it into the fight with you. Are you good to stay there?
Yep.
That's the end of your turn. Mary, you're up. Lavender, you're on deck.
How tall are these buildings?
You can see they are relatively short, and some of them are in rather disrepair. You see a couple of lines where you could amble your way up pretty expertly. They're not incredibly tall, but you will need to make a fair athletics or parkour acrobatics check.
Okay, I can't tell which one's me.
You're right.
I'm going... Okay, so the closest building, I guess, behind Alana, I'm going to try to... Yep, I'm going to try to scramble up that. Just try to get a visual, because we don't really know what's happening.
15 feet to get there.
Yep.
Throw me an athletics check.
Okay.
Second wind.
Wow. Second wind, don't need it yet.
Just use it now.
just regain all the hit points I haven't lost. I rolled a 12, but that's plus 7, so
19.
20. Yeah, 19. Yeah.
Yep. You are out of movement, but I'd say you get right to the top and 3-point kind of land ready to get up there.
I'm just trying. Maybe this will take my turn. Likely it will. I just want to try to see what the fuck is going on, how big the forces are, see if I can see the mine from here.
Sure.
Because we don't have a good visual on what's going on.
No, it will be I'll say it was your action to get up and perceive ahead. So throw me a perception check.
Natural 19.
Hey.
Plus 5. 24.
Okay. With this height advantage, you can see down the main line of where this enemy has come, and you see a few things. You see towards the mine entrance a flow of still moving zombies coming, or not zombies, but these undead forces moving through the mine entrance. Unfortunately, it does not seem like your instructions to Jamichael were delivered fairly, and he dropped the explosive, obliterating a small force. You can see a small wave of smoke drifting up, but it wasn't enough, and it wasn't in the right position to trigger the full explosion. the other thing you see is the stream of undead is moving rather rapidly, and there are many of them. The last thing you see is at the point where the forward phalanx was. You don't see any dwarven bodies lying on the ground. You see they have joined the forces of the undead. They have risen alongside them, and it seems that they have been turned to their side.
Not great.
Okay. I am going to use my free action just to shout, more coming, the mine's still intact.
Okay.
Dead or getting back up.
That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Lavender, Val on deck.
I cast fly on myself.
Okay, Wild Magic Surge.
Ooh, shit!
I'm going to call him every fucking time. I love him.
4.
Are you good?
So I cast fly on myself.
Okay.
And then I start like flying really, really low.
Okay.
Like not to grab attention at the height and to be out of reach of these like creatures, but like towards the mine so that I can like firebolt it my next turn.
You will need to get a lot closer to get within range of Firebolt.
Okay.
What's the range of Firebolt first, I should ask?
120.
Okay, so you guys are, at this point, you're about 300 feet from the mines. But by the time you get to, like, this end of the map, you'd be within range to try. You would be at disadvantage, and it may not make it with Firebolt. The longer range spells may have a chance.
Cool.
So, anyways, you cast fly on yourself, and you're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet. That's your full fly.
Okay.
And do you want to be...
She also went up a bit. She went up a bit, so it might not be the full 60.
Are you cool with 15 feet up?
Yeah, like I don't want to be high.
Yeah, you didn't want to be super high, so I thought 15 was fair.
Yeah,
so let's
that's
put
good.
you there then, if that's cool.
Okay.
Okay, and I've got a little mark on there that says 15. So yeah, you can wager the distance is going to be a little bit further to hit that shot with a firebolt, though something a little longer range and a little further to what would be your east or the right might make it. That's your action, movement. Do you have anything for a bonus, or are you good?
No, I don't have a bonus.
All right, Valentine, you're up. Hondo on deck.
So in the south of the map, is that an actual building, just for clarity's sake?
Yeah, so this guy here.
Yes.
This is a larger building. You can see a lot of these buildings in this area are kind of in disrepair, or they don't seem to be inhabited. This space here, and likewise on the opposite side, is a laneway, an open road that leads down to other buildings and structures. And at each corner, essentially, there's a building.
I can't hold movement. You can only hold an action, right?
That's right.
Okay. I'll mount Fern.
Mm-hmm.
You
were already on there.
Okay. We'll ride up to Mary.
Okay.
And I'll chill there.
You want to be up?
Yeah, I want to be like right next to her on that building if I can.
Yep. Yeah, no problem. Fern's movement is plenty, and you can just, with one big gust of his wings, he can fly up top.
And then I'll be like, we got to explode that mine, and I'll inspire Mary.
Okay. That's inspiration enough. And D10?
D10 to you, Mary.
Leah, are you back? You said you were gone for a second.
And then I'll be like, hop on, and I'll just wait there.
Ooh.
I think as an action, I'll just... maybe that's a good idea. As an action, I think I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis. I just want to see how much I'm going to cast to that. Yeah, I'll just do level 2 Armor of Agathis and give myself 10 HP, 10 temp HP.
Yeah, you got it.
And that's my turn. I'll just wait.
Do that. Okay. You hold your spot there. Hondo, you are up. Oh, Sorry, you can continue your turn. I just remembered you are concentrating on Wall of Water. So I'm at a little concentration marker.
Can I? I'm gonna ask.
Lav is concentrating on Fly.
I'm gonna ask Valentine for the magic carpet.
Okay.
Valentine, I need the carpet.
I love it.
That's
it
a
will
free.
take me a while to take it out, I think.
Yeah, that's a free call out though. You can just shout that without
Okay.
using an action.
You could like get up there and try to get it out of his bag.
Okay, I'll do that.
You're gonna pull back to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You would have to action or bonus action dash to get up top, but you can do it for sure.
Okay, I'll bonus.
Okay, bonus action. Throw me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay.
Nice.
13 plus.
That's fine. It doesn't even need, base DC of 10 or 12. Yeah, this rooftop is starting to get crowded. You can feel some of the timbers beneath kind of begin. It's not a very well maintained building, but Hondo, you amble up top and let Valentine know.
Does he have his action left, or is that part of...
You still have your action because you bonus action dash, and I'll include that in your movement to get up.
So do I have the carpet yet or not yet?
You do not have it yet because Valentine, you can use your action to go through to search the bag, but as we've established before, the carpet is a large object, so it will take at least 2 actions to get out. Or 2 rounds, if that makes sense.
Okay, well I might as well then get it now.
Yeah.
First action.
You use 1 action to start pulling it out, and you've got it, a part ways out of the bag of holding. As long as Valentine is permitting of that, then you're good to go. Action, bonus, and movement. You prepare yourself. Oh, fuck, I don't have a carpet. That's okay. That takes us to the enemy.
I'm coming for you, fucking Raymond.
He shouts into the ether.
Into the bag.
Yeah. These guys move forward. The ever-growing horde. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, this is just kind of me on my own for a second. Okay. You see this horde, this section of the horde, just plow through and meet up with the second force of the intermediate phalanx, and they just begin just continuously mauling through. Mary, Hondo, and Valentine, you notice a small section of the horde begin to pull away, heading south. Right? That's south, yeah. Heading south around this lower structure. You lose sight of it's a rather large portion, like maybe 100 of these figures begin to pull away. They begin to like swarm around like water around a rock in a river. But that's what they do. It is now Allie's turn.
Okay. Sorry, what's that thing in front of me?
The thing in front of you is Lavender.
Oh, there's Lavender. Okay.
But she's 15 feet up though.
Yeah, she's flying 15 feet in the air, but in that position.
Okay. I am still holding an attack.
Yeah, so that action has faded now that your new turn is up. So you can do the same thing of prepare an action should anything get close. But the round has ended, and nothing came of it. So you're back to a full turn.
Okay. I am going to, I don't know how much it'll help, but I'm going to use the ring that I have and cast Heroism.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Great idea.
that lasts for, I believe, 25. No, it's up to a minute. Still. Okay.
Still great. Still great.
Oh, great. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so using the Ring of the Champions Guild, the Ring of Heroism, you imbue a group with bravery. They become immune to being frightened and gain temporary hit points equal to your strength modifier. So does it say how many creatures on the card?
I think it just says anyone within a certain amount of feet. Let me see. Doesn't say.
Is like the spell heroism? Would that apply?
Yeah,
I can
it's
look
a
that
spell.
up. Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, it just says duration 1 minute. You can target one. Oh, this is for higher levels.
A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temp HP to your spellcasting ability modifier. You might have something a little different. I don't know if it's flavored different.
I can't remember if I flavored it in a different manner.
The ring says allows you to cast heroism. The ring is no, that's it. And there's 2 charges. That's it.
I wish I had better prepared
The
everything.
ring.
I thought it was a area thing last time she used it. But
No,
it
that was the
doesn't
horn. That's a different thing.
Warn.
This is the Champions Guild ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is you cast heroism on someone you touch. So it has to be someone within range to imbue the bravery with. So you can do it to yourself. You could, in theory, get over to Gord. I would allow you to be able to get up to Lavender for sure, too.
Ooh,
Okay.
give her 10 hit points.
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
not be a
Since
bad
she's
idea.
there, I'm gonna just kind of do like a little jump
Okay.
and get her.
Little tapper on the foot.
Little tap.
Okay. Lav, if you want to write somewhere, you are immune to fear
I know.
for the time being.
You can
Allie, that
10
is
hit on D&D Beyond too.
that is concentration.
Okay.
Just something to keep in
I
mind.
don't know how much it is.
No, it's
So
5, I
essentially,
think.
you're concentrating on that spell. So should your concentration break on the spell, the immunity disappears. That's all.
Okay.
But she also gets 5 temp HP.
Okay. Perfect.
So that's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Hey.
And that's it.
Are you gonna stay there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then that takes us to Gord. Mary, you're on deck.
Thanks, bro.
I use murder.
So you have your flaming chains enacted. You have the dancing sword at the ready. This wall of water is kind of blocking your direct path. You can pass through it if I'm not mistaken. It just stops like range projectiles, and it does cost half movement. But you could also move around this direction. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll move around it, and then the first enemy I see in sight, I'll send my sword flying at.
So you can get to right there and see through. Like you can see a million fucking enemies. So the sword can move from where it was. How far can the sword move?
Let's see. 30 feet.
Okay, so the sword doesn't need to worry about flying over. So 5, 10, 20, 25. Yeah, it can get right up in the shit.
Sweet.
So roll an attack for the sword against the horde of undead creatures.
That D20.
Go, little sword.
12.
That'll hit. As fast as they are in their frantic, ferocious speed, they are just a big mass of undead. They're, some of them are wearing armor from being fallen soldiers, but that is still a pretty easy hit. So you're able to make a strike. So what's the damage?
1d8 plus 1.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Do I roll a d8?
Yeah, you hit.
That's an 8.
Ooh! Full 9 damage. All right.
First damage of the fight.
How do you want to do this?
It's over. Okay, that is a bonus, I think, to move that, right?
Yes.
So do you want to do anything with your action? You are, for reference, you're right here. In theory, you can see through the line of soldiers to the enemy if you wanted to try like a ranged something or other.
Maybe I'll shoot some Eldritch Blast at him.
Do it up.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 2 spell attacks.
I think 3 for us.
Are you guys at 3 now? Goddamn.
Yeah. 3.
Well, fuck me then.
A D20, then D10.
So a D20 plus your spell attack modifier should be at the top of your spell page.
Oh shit, that's 14.
That'll definitely hit.
Plus something.
So roll that D20 3 times. Let's just do them all at once.
17, then I got 15.
All 3 hit? As I said, they are just a big horde, pretty easy to hit. You take special care as you fire all 3. You craft the Eldritch Blast in your palms, or pads of hands, and fire them off towards this massive horde, and it launches up and over the awaiting Redguard soldiers and slams into 3 of these ghoulish horde bodies, and you see them all just... so what's damage? 3d10.
8 plus
Nothing.
8 for 3d10, 8 total? Or was that just...
Sorry, I just rolled it once and got it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Gotta calculate it. 22.
22. All right. Yeah, they take the hit full on, but you hit a couple, and you see some of their bodies crumple to the ground. But as they do, the hole is just filled by more of this horde. This swarm is fast moving and voracious. That is the end of your turn, Gord.
Yep.
Mary, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to get on Fern.
Okay.
That's half my... I guess that doesn't matter because I don't have any movement.
Yeah, half your movement to mount Fern.
I will say to Valentine, just get me a little closer. I have... Oh, God, I don't even know if this is going to work. I'm going to take one of my +1 arrows that's not one of the ones that has poison on it.
How many did you get? 20?
I got 25, and I dipped 10 in poison.
Okay, good to go.
I'm going to take one of my +1 arrows, and I'm going to dip it in a bottle of alcohol that I still have.
Sure, yeah.
I don't have a way to light it on fire yet, but better than nothing. I guess I'm assuming that'd be my action. I'll use... Unless, sorry, is there anything else, Kyle, before I...
No, yeah.
Sound like you're going to say something. Okay. I don't really have anything for my bonus action otherwise, so I'm just going to use it. I can use my bonus action to try to spy hidden creatures, clues, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, sure.
Would it make sense just to try to, look up and just make sure I'm not missing any, other shoots off of the horde or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Throw a perception check for that.
Not very good. It's only a 12.
Okay, well, you can see with your elevated position as you did before, the line of this horde is continuing moving from the mine entrance and just continuously piling up through the city. But you can see this is not the only choke point. They as they have come into combat here, the rest of the horde is kind of splitting around, and you can see where some of them have started splitting south and coming to the south edge of these buildings. Some have split north and are moving around the north edge as well. You can see they are like a flood moving through, unstopped.
Okay, I'll just shout out, Gord, coming up on your left! That's it.
Perfect. That takes us to Lavender.
I am going to use my magic missile and shoot towards the mine.
Okay, what's the range of magic missile?
It's 120 feet as well.
Okay.
But there's 3 darts, so I'm going to shoot one and see what happens first.
Are you going to move?
Oh, I guess I have to get closer to the mine. So
Yeah,
closer.
you need to be at least at this edge to make the range, and even then
Okay.
we'll have to just see how it goes. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. You can easily get to the end here with
Okay.
your fly speed. Okay, so first things first. Wild Magic Surge.
This is through the wand, if that matters for that.
Oh, in that case, yeah, it does.
3.
You're fine, but yeah, it actually wouldn't trigger because it's not one of your spells. It's like activating an object.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize that.
My bad. I didn't either.
No, I didn't realize. Okay, so you fire off the wand of magic missiles, and you see the 3 darts kind of coalesce and start making their way towards the mines. However, unfortunately, they fizzle before contact with this space, and you also everyone was there when the device was planted, correct?
Yeah.
When we put the things in?
Yes.
Mhm.
So to connect with the space that you have planted is actually within the mine even a little bit further. So you have to even get a little bit closer to get to the spot that you guys planted the trigger, so to speak.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a very difficult shot because it's kind of beneath the roof of the cavern. So magic missile fires off, but unfortunately can't quite connect.
I message to Mary and I tell her that I would have to go inside the mine to actually set off the trigger. What does she think I should do?
And I can't respond until it's my turn, right?
No, you can
Why?
respond.
I
You
use
didn't do shit
message.
last round. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say don't put yourself in harm's way. We'll figure something out.
Solid
Okay.
advice. Solid advice for the world.
It's like not the advice I wanted. So I'm like, oh shit, does this mean it's like she's telling me what to do, or do I make my decision? And then I just kind of sit there and I'm just like pondering, but then I'm also like super wide-eyed, just like watching these creatures come out of this thing.
Beneath you.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of like on this thing, like a bat.
Okay, yeah. As Lavender contemplates the world in fear, Valentine, it's your turn.
I'll use my action to take out the rest of this carpet if I can help Hondo with that.
Yeah, I would say that you can, using like the help action essentially, you can thrust the carpet in Hondo's direction, meaning, Hondo, it'll be an action for you to pilot it your next turn, but it will be yours at the top of your next turn when you use your action. So you can use the movement of the carpet. So you'll get position. So that's Valentine's action.
Then I'll be like, all right, let's go. And I'll like kick my heels in, and Fern, Mary, and I will take off and start flying towards this thing.
Okay, how far are you moving?
I think as far as we can towards Lav.
Well, Fern can fly 80, right?
Yep.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. You are right beside, in the air, if you wanted to be 15 feet up in the air, Lavender.
Hi.
I'm like this. You see the shit that's going on down here?
Mary, I don't know if that triggers anything for you.
You weren't holding anything, so...
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't holding anything yet. I think we're still a little far.
Ooh.
And I mean, like, it'd be hard to get a shot from here.
Yeah, so with your bow, you are technically in range.
My long range?
Yeah, you're long range for sure. You're at disadvantage for sure, but you know to get the shot, it's going to be a hard shot from the distance already, and like you'll need to get closer to get a good angle on it. Like almost need to get low and close to shoot up into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you probably need to get within another 50 to 100 feet to get the proper angle of what you're looking for. Or, I mean, you can take the shot from this distance because you have the range with your longbow. It's just a chance that there's a higher chance it won't work.
Okay.
It's your call on your turn. It's still
Yeah, we have lots of time.
Can I use my bonus to have us like make the dash action for Fern and go to the other side just so we're not grouped up?
Over to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll just dash over there.
Yeah, you just fly over top of the just cacophony of gnawing, biting teeth and bone, and land across the other side. No problem. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Hondo, your turn.
So I pull I set up the carpet.
Yep, you are on the carpet.
So I can't do any actions. Then.
So yeah, it is your action to essentially get the carpet going, if that makes sense.
Okay. But can I move then at all?
Yeah, you can use the carpet's movement now that you use your action to get on top of it.
Okay, I want to. Can I go to where can I investigate where the explosion was supposed to have happened?
You can start making your way that way, but it will be 40 feet on the carpet is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We'll put you there, and it's another like 150, 200 feet from there.
I'd like to go there.
Okay. Hano begins atop the carpet, heading in the same direction as your lot. That's the movement of the carpet, or your movement for this round. Your action to ignite it, and do you have anything for a bonus?
Can I take a shot at someone as I'm passing by? I'm pretty close.
No, it's one of those things where you need to use your action as your attack, and then you get a bonus attack as part of your light attack. So unfortunately, it needs to be a 2-for-1.
Okay, I will leave my bonus.
Okay, then Hondo prepares to continue onward. As this group moves ever closer, swarming the remaining Red Guard soldiers of the intermediate line, intermediate phalanx, and they begin to press in ever further. And around this corner down here, Gord, the swarm moves around the corner of this building and gets into range of you. And they are going to attack you as soon as I can lift them up. Nope.
What?
So, or they make 4 claw attacks at you.
Oh boy.
First is an 18, the second is a 17. What's your AC, Brock?
12?
You say 12?
Yep.
AC's 12?
Yes, sir.
There's no way your AC's 12. Did you forget to put your armor back on?
It says.
1 second.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
taking
no, that's
I'm
low.
taking a look because that's low.
Okay, well, it's not 17 or
No, yeah.
anything.
14? That's what my armor of cold resistance says.
Yeah, you probably don't have armor still added from the assassination.
I'm checking.
attempt.
But it's definitely not 17. Like, it's not that
Regardless,
high.
yeah, the first 2 hit. The third one is a 15, so that's questionable. The last one is a miss because it is only a 12. So unless your armor is actually 12, which I don't think it is.
Brock, you gotta click on your armor and then refresh. It's not on you right now. Like there's a little checkbox beside it.
Oh, 16.
Well, he is.
Okay.
If he's wearing the demonic robes, it says.
He is
wearing.
not.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry. He has so many things to attune to. That was not one. Regardless, what did I say?
Ooh, his armor is.
16 was the last one, or 15? I'm gonna say all 3 hit, just because I can. I can't remember what I said. 4. Okay, Gord, as this swarm rounds the corner and immediately just kind of taking you by surprise, you take 15 points of slashing damage as they manage to break through with 3 claw attacks from this horde of... You can't even count how many are standing directly, making their way around. It's like a flood of undead.
Not great.
How much damage, sorry?
15.
15.
So that is their turn.
Can I do Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, for sure. You want to mark off the spell slot? I will roll my save. That's a fail for sure with a natural 2.
Just once.
You also see, as Brock is going through the Hellish Rebuke stuff, those of you who are flying now, all of you essentially except Gord and Allie, you see through the swarm, the Red Guard soldiers who were fighting them begin to start to stand up and reanimate a part of this horde. The horde directly in the middle here grows.
Mm-mm.
And I'm going to slide this.
Don't like it.
Just to show scale. Okay. What was the Hellish Rebuke damage, Brock?
Sorry?
What was the damage for Hellish Rebuke? I failed my save.
2d10.
Roll it, son.
Do I roll 2 10s?
Yeah, baby.
6.
Cool.
Total?
That's what the 2 dice rolled. 6.
Okay.
right.
You got it. Every little bit helps, right?
That's it. Right?
Okay. Oh, stepped on my cord. Okay. That is the end of their turn. That takes us to Alana. You are up on the opposite side. You see through this intersection here on the other side of like this group of stalls and this statue, another section of the swarm moving in and harrowing Brock or Gord as the other section begins to work its way through the Red Guard. What do you do?
Okay, I'm assuming my concentration is over because the duration was a minute.
Oh, you're good. It's only been 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay, if it's okay, I'll go and drop it. And do I have enough?
You don't have to drop it to do something, Allie.
No, yeah.
Like
you're
even to
good.
attack?
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Oh, okay.
It's just if you get hit, you just have to make a save. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's one you're pretty good at.
Okay. Do I have enough space to go run and help Gord?
Well, let's find out. So from here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you could get within range of a ranged attack to try and get to there with something ranged.
Okay.
Or you'd have to action dash to get close.
Okay. I will action dash to get close.
Okay. So that means you can't attack this round, but you'll be in position. Is that cool?
That's fine, yeah.
Then you get right up beside Brock, right up beside Gord.
Awesome.
As you rush in, using your full movement just to fully dash, staring down the enemy who's come for your newly claimed city. Prepare yourself for another round of attacks. That'll be the end of your turn, taking us to Gord. As Allie rushes in beside you. Mary on deck.
I'm gonna spin my chains and whip it around.
All right. Just for fun, just like make it look cool, not even to attack anybody.
Got to attack people.
You're at least Cirque du Soleil.
I distract them with my flaming chains.
Listening to that music, I'm just imagining Gord like chanting with this like Hellblade chant that's going on in the background right now.
Amanda was not a fan of that.
It's not very long too. I've had to like restart it twice. It's
got-
very creepy.
I've got this on right now. It's doing good. You want to try?
How many
this
D20s does Brock roll?
out? It should just be one attack, and you could make another attack as a bonus action.
Let's do it.
Okay, roll 2 d20s.
2 d20s.
Adding your spell attack modifier for this, I think.
I got 20 on the dice plus.
Ooh.
Sorry, what's the plus?
That hits, so don't even worry about it.
Oh, okay.
It's a crit, Brock. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Natural 20. You double your dice damage. So whatever, I don't remember what the dice damage is for your chains, but it should say
1d8 plus 3.
Okay, so roll the d8, double whatever the dice come up as, and then add 3.
And another 1d8 if they're on fire.
True. That doubles as well.
Oh my god.
2d8.
Okay, so I got 11 on the dice.
Makes it 22. Plus
Yeah.
3. 25. Alright. It's 25 damage on the first one. Roll your second attack.
Is it the same thing all over again?
Yep.
And you had 7, Brock.
2d8s?
Roll the d20 first.
Oh.
It'll probably hit, but
4.
4 plus 7?
it actually doesn't hit. Unfortunately, that's only an 11, and that misses. With your second strike, you get a little too fancy with it, and you strike down, and it just strikes into the stone as one of them just moves out of the way. They are a little fast. That's your action and bonus. Do you want to stay in the melee with these guys and with Allie, or do you want to move?
No, I'll stay there.
Okay.
I don't back down from a fight.
Gord and Allie both just ready for a full fight against the Horde. That'll be the end of Gord's turn. Mary, Lavender on deck.
Okay, I am just going to look to Val and I'm like, what's the fucking plan? And I'm going to try to light the arrows that I have dunked.
Love it.
Just so they're ready, because I know that takes an action, right?
It takes an action and it only lasts for 1 round. Because it's just like alcohol, right? It's not
I
like
know. I don't...
So, just saying.
Oh, shit, no. So if I... That's not going to work, because I'm going to have to hold my...
I will say, like, you guys have had experience with these vials exploding without the need of ignition. Like,
Okay.
breaking them was enough to cause a rather rapid explosion.
Okay.
You
Okay.
imagine that striking the vial will be enough.
Okay, never mind. They'll ignore that part.
Sorry.
How far are we from the mine?
You guys, what did I say before?
So, like...
From the
well,
edge
I had
of
a
the
shot
mine,
at disadvantage, so...
Yeah, from the edge of the mine, you're about 100 to 150 feet, but to the point where you need to make it to hit the shot, you're about 150 feet to the just inside edge.
And are there still people swarming out of that edge?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from your elevated height, you can see, like, there's no end direct, like, they're not done.
Yeah.
It's still coming.
If we went there, could we float above that?
Yep, the mines are 15, 20 feet in height, at least at the entrance here.
Cool.
How big of an explosion did I estimate when I was trying to figure out when I was setting this shit up?
Pretty big.
What I mean, like, how far away do we have to stay? Would I be able to make an estimation on that?
Yeah, I mean, the intent was to do it from range.
Yeah.
You don't think, like, 50 feet is too close, but, like, 50 to 100 feet is probably your safest bet. Anything further is safer.
And we're, like, 150 now, right?
You're 150 now, yeah.
Okay, I will just hold my I'll hold 2 plus 1 arrows.
Okay.
Just regular plus 1 arrows.
The way, just so you know.
No, you're more than 100 feet away.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
105.
Yeah. I
Mary,
may lose my eyebrows.
You're going to hold 2 arrows?
Until... wait, where are we?
We get closer?
You guys
Yeah.
are here now.
It's gonna
You guys
need,
are,
like...
You're about the 150 range, but the shot will be at disadvantage because of the positioning of it.
Okay. I'll hold the shots until I think I have a better shot.
Okay.
2 plus 1 arrows.
Okay.
Let's do it!
Bonus action... I don't have anything unless
Know your enemy, the vials.
The vial. Know your enemy, the vials.
Yeah.
Gives me sneak attack on them.
That's
No, I'll just do the same thing where I'm just going to keep a head up and just trying to make sure I can see everything on the battlefield. That's it.
Sure. As your bonus, make another perception then.
My d20. Natural 20.
Hey.
There
So,
you go.
you look down and you can see that the horde is flooding through the streets now, and they are making their way swiftly all around in all directions. And you quickly look back and even you get a glance as Gord and Allie are being harried and quickly to be swarmed over themselves. As well, you look to the sky to see where your wizardly friend is at, and they have not really moved position yet. You still see the figure that appears to be Raymond Borealis flying within the silhouette of the eclipsed moon, and around him, amidst the lightning and rain of blood, the spectral or specters around him.
Okay. I will call out. Lav, I'm going to need you to start taking out droves of these assholes. If you have something big, now's the time. That's it.
Okay. That'll be the end of Mary's turn. Lavender, you're up. Valentine on deck.
I am gonna. If I use a high level fireball and shoot it into the cave, is that going to be effective?
One way to find out.
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
I can use a 4th level fireball and shoot it into the cave.
Is she at range now, or would she have to move closer? What's her situation?
So right now she's at 150 to the mine, like to where she wants to hit this shot. It's got a 20-foot radius, so positioning it at the arc of the shot, there's a pretty good chance it'll hit what you're looking for.
And the range is 150, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, because the 120 didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and it takes so much energy.
Okay. First of all, let's roll a wild magic surge.
Oh shit! Wow, that would have been such a good moment.
Okay. You managed to channel your energy. Your chaos formed into a singular mote of this kind of purplish energy, and it crackles and fires off.
Wow. It's perfectly timed on our screen, the little fireball.
Nice. It fires off. It starts as this small bead, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And as it whizzes through, the undead horde are underlit by this purplish light that fires into the mouth of the tunnel. And you don't even see where it ignites, but you watch the fireball erupt. And around it, you see the silhouettes of all these thrashing undead, and then a secondary explosion. It is deafening. A wave of thunderous force erupts from out and knocks 200 of the undead prone in the ground as a wave just shockwaves out across. A massive cloud of rock and ash and dust spills out and reaches over to your space here, and you are all kind of covered in an immediate dust and ash cloud. It creates an area of difficult visibility as through this now kind of haze of gray dust, the horde is still moving forward, and it seems as the dust clears from your elevated position, the mine has been collapsed.
Ooh, nice. Good.
That's big.
So that's your action. You still have movement if you want.
I'm going to move over to where Mary and Valentine are.
Okay.
I'm going to start wiping the gray and the red off me, and I'm going to say, oh my god, this is not my color.
Yep. Yeah. You guys, Mary, as you were prepared to fire a shot, you now are not in need of it as the dirt and ash falls around you. That was a pretty good turn.
Nice, well done. All right. Fucking hell. Okay.
Bound, you're up.
I like was raising my hand and now I like lower it. I think we should keep her. She's pretty good at this shit. Let's go rescue Brawley and Gord. And I will kick off towards them.
Easy
Taking,
enough.
I guess, Mary with us.
Yeah, Mary has to stay with you for the time.
Could we
being.
land on the other roof? Do you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll just take 3 shots of Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Um,
I'd also say, Mary, if you want to loose your arrows now that you don't have a target.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you. I wasn't
That's cool.
expecting that.
No, you can. You were holding your attack. It was specific, but now that's entirely off the field. So.
Okay.
So, all 3 attacks.
13,
Hits.
14,
Hits.
and 18.
Hits.
I got
Roll
a
damage or just...
Sorry.
I got a 20 and a 29.
I think that'll hit.
Both hit. What was your question, Scott?
Do you want me to roll damage, or do you just want to like knock him out?
Oh yeah. Give me damage.
Okay, so first one is 10, 11, 7. So 28. Right?
7 last.
Yes.
Okay.
24
Mary.
points for me
24.
total for the 2 shots.
Okay. You
2 of my plus 1 arrows gone.
you see some of the horde get knocked, and they stay down after your attack, but they just keep swarming in from behind. There are several still coming.
If I can yell out as a free action,
Yep.
I'll say like, pull back to bedrock. Mostly aimed at Hondo. I'm assuming most of his red guard is dead.
It does appear that way, yeah. Okay.
And
You call
Lab,
out as you're
sorry.
free.
I didn't realize Lab was still out there. Yeah.
She's flying.
So is my boy Hondo. He's just reckless on that carpet.
It's true. Okay, that'll take us to the end of Valentine's turn. It is Hondo's turn.
I changed my mind. I abandoned going to the mine.
Sure. As it explodes.
I am going to try something, but I don't know if it will work.
I like it.
Can I? Okay. So I
already like
have. Let me just pull it up. I have minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Could I create a Raymond?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I want to create a Raymond, and then I'm going to impersonate his voice
Okay.
and say, pull back now to the center.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Okay. Come on.
Dang.
Alternate Raymond.
No,
Roll for ventriloquism.
And it's not great. What do you add to deception? You rolled an 8.
I should have a good deception. 11, so 19.
Oof.
You're very convincing in your Raymond, and for a moment, you even trick some of your friends. However, the horde seems unresponsive to a verbal shouting command.
But I was doing a cast like an illusion of.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
like
Even through the guise of having Raymond's figure over top, it seems control over these creatures is not just a verbal command.
What are they being controlled
Well, at least
by?
we know.
Okay.
But you've learned something, and it was a really cool attempt. I definitely enjoy it. So you learned something out of it. So that's your action. You still have 40 feet of movement on the carpet if you want to do that.
Send me towards Rock. Or Gord.
You are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20,
Ooh,
25,
this
30,
rock.
35. You can get right basically above. You're about 10 feet from any of the enemies or Gord.
Can I throw a dagger with my bonus?
Unfortunately, no. It has to be part of the action to
Okay.
attack. You could inspire
I'll inspire.
as a bonus. How do you want to inspire somebody?
I will say, feel your inner goddess and let it flow.
Who are you inspiring by that?
Gord.
Gord, you feel slightly inspired by Hondo's words. You get a D6 that you can add to an attack roll or save or something for the next 10 minutes. And that'll take us to the ghoul's turn. So, around Allie and Gord,
Oh boy.
the horde swarms.
Nuh-uh.
You see them move in, as does this horde.
Oh no.
Begin pushing through, and you just see the forms of the guard detail begin to rise in the wake of the swarm, and these guys begin to pushing into the wall of water, just not caring for it one way or the other. Gord's sword is also in there, by the way. Pushing through and just like smashing through some of those carts. However, they're going to make some attacks against Allie and against Gord. But what are they going to do here? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. They're going to put a claw attack and a bite attack against each of you. So, claw on Gord. That is a 16 to hit. Bite on Gord. That is an 18 to hit. So both hit, if I'm not mistaken. So, Gord, you take 6 points of slashing damage.
What?
And then take an additional... Ooh, that's not great. 16 points of piercing damage. As from around the corner, as you get swarmed, one of them just bites into your forearm, holding your woodland staff. And you see just a chunk of flesh and fur get ripped from your forearm. And it hurts like a motherfucker. Also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
And then I'll do attacks against Allie. Ooh, okay. 24 or 22 against Allie for the first one.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
And nope, a natural 2 on the second.
14 on the saving throw.
Okay, you succeed the save. As you feel something in the bite try to just lock you up and just try and mess with your head. You manage to shake your head clear of it. But you still maintain the damage. As Allie, you take 7 points of slashing damage from the first claw attack. And as one lunges out to bite at you, you just slam it in the face with your hammer, keeping it at bay. But they have officially swarmed around the two of you.
Oh, great.
So you are surrounded on both sides. Your speed is halved while in the swarm. And technically they had advantage on you, but let's just see if that last one didn't change a bunch. Actually, yeah, that last bite would have hit Allie with a 20.
Okay.
So that becomes a 10 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
You're probably fine.
Yeah.
What did you roll on the dice?
Altogether, it's 26.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Not even questioning it. Okay, that is the end of their turn. Takes us to Allie. You're up. Gord on deck.
So, channeling my inner goddess, as I heard what Hondo had said to Gord, I am going to walk the path of the totem warrior.
Yeah.
So totem of the bear.
Mm-hmm.
So, resistance to all damage tab except poison. And I'm gonna rage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm gonna attack.
Okay. You go into your rage, surrounded on all sides, ready to fuck shit up. Go ahead.
Alright, here we go. First attack is 14.
Hits.
Sweet. Okay. Hold on. Oh, that's a good roll. 24.
Hits.
Okay, and second attack is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Oh,
Okay.
23 damage, sorry. Was that 23 damage, yeah?
That was 23 to hit.
Oh, then yeah, that hits.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and the next attack is 23 damage.
Okay. Do some math. So did you do damage on both yet, or did I miss one?
No, I did on both, yeah.
So 24, 23?
24, 23, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Holy shit. Like almost 50 damage.
yeah, 47.
We got to get these kids out of here, though.
Okay. You manage to make 2 huge slams, and you catch a couple all at the same time as you're just swinging wildly as you're surrounded. However, as each one goes down, another takes its place. They are just flooding through, and you manage to deal some damage, but they do not look like they have any signs of stopping yet.
Okay.
That is your action and bonus. Do you want to use any movement?
No,
How far is Hondo
will
from them?
stay there.
Hondo is right on top of them, essentially, but 10 feet up.
You still have boots of striding or whatever, Brawley?
I do.
Yeah, that's what gives her the 30 feet speed.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not jumping? It's not like striding and jumping?
It
Striding
is
and
striding
springing? It's usually horizontal distance, I think, but
It could be vertical. I don't know
Yeah.
offhand.
It just says walking speed becomes 30 feet.
there's more.
Unless
to
your
it than
speed
that.
is higher.
We can pull it up.
In addition,
I
you can
can jump
jump
three
three
times.
times. Yeah, sorry, Ali, you read it.
Yeah, it says in addition you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow.
So essentially, you can jump. You can jump a distance equal to your strength modifier or strength total. I can't remember which, but regardless, your speed right now is 15.
Okay.
So you could jump 15 feet vertically or horizontally from a standing
Sick.
position with these boots. So that's just something to keep in mind, I guess.
Did you want me to jump up to you guys?
I think we get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
Yeah, like-
I'll jump up.
Okay. So you're kind of caught in this swarm. So to jump, you know what? I'm gonna have Val or Mary. Well, it'd be Val. You're up front. I want you to make a strength saving throw, Valentine, to try and catch her.
I was thinking I didn't know who she was more close to, Hondo or me.
She's technically closer to you guys.
Sure. Okay, then I'll do it. Thank God. Fuck, you know me with strengths. Jesus. 14 plus 1. 15.
Okay, that's enough. That's just enough. Allie, as you utilize the boots, you spring up, and Valentine, leaning off the edge of Fern, clutching onto his fur, you clasp hands and you swing her up onto the roof. Not onto Fern, because Mary is already there, but up onto the roof beside you guys. And you are now up here.
Yay!
That is your movement, action, and bonus at the end of your turn. Gord, you're up. Mary on deck.
I'm going to use my feline agility to try and run through and get out of there up there on that ledge as well.
Okay. So you're close to this edge, and Hondo would be right there. So if you
Mhm.
went in this direction, you can use your feline agility to use half movement to get out. Give me an acrobatics check to try and scamper up that wall.
Get it. Come on, baby.
17.
Yeah. With that, you burst forward out of the horde. They're going to use a reaction to swipe at you with a claw. Ooh, that's a natural 20. Look at that. It's only the claw. Don't worry about it. That is... you take 13 points of piercing damage, or slashing damage, as you rush out of the horde. But with a 17, you quickly amble up the side and then kick off of it and onto the carpet with Hondo. landing on top of the carpet. That pulls all of you up and out of the fray. But we're going to continue combat just in case some crazy shit happens. Until you're out of range. So, Gord, that is your movement. You still have an action and bonus. And your sword is still over here somewhere.
I was just going to say, I'll send the sword at... Who's still trying to get out? I can't really tell.
Everybody's good so far. You were the last one.
Yeah.
Can you send it to you? Does it work like that?
Yep. You can call it back.
Yeah, so I'll just send it back my way, and then if an enemy happens to get in the way, I'll just turn it back, that's fine too.
There's plenty of enemies in the way, so if you want to make an attack with it as it goes,
Sure.
do it up.
Just his little sword coming back.
Seven?
7 total?
Sorry. 17?
17 will hit, yeah. So it's 1d8 plus 1 for damage. So roll 1d8.
Yeah, we need to get you a desk, baby. We need to hook you out.
4?
4 points, okay. You slash at one of the creatures as you recall your sword to your side. I believe that is the end of your turn.
Yep, that's cool.
Okay, Mary, you're up.
Okay. Can we see... Oh, fuck. Can I see, like, just how many of these guys there are here? Or is it still too dusty?
It's definitely too dusty to make out specifics, especially seeing as, like, to count how many are left in the vicinity around you, or total?
Like, trying to figure out whether or not we can handle these guys.
You can tell that they are continuously coming at this point in time, and you guys are without resources from the Red Guard at this point, who have now joined their forces unintentionally. The Horde seems to be coming and getting stronger.
Okay. Fuck. I'm going to reach in Val's bag of holding.
Okay.
Man, I'm getting a lot of popularity out of this bag.
And as an action, try to take out a vial.
Oof.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
it.
you give me a dexterity check.
Can you use Val's inspiration that I still have, just in case?
Okay.
I rolled fine, but...
Better safe than sorry.
Yep. So that's, it's a 20-something. It's a 24.
Yeah, that's fine. You essentially call to one of the vials from within the bag, leaving Valentine with 3 left, and it comes to your hand, and for a moment, it like you catch it, and there's just a moment of like calm as you catch it, and nothing happens. You're like, okay, we're good. What do you do?
That's my action.
Yes.
I'm just going to look to the rest of the group and say, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to drop this.
Okay.
And that's all I can do in my turn.
Okay. You prepare that. So if none of you are in combat with these guys, if you want to make an action to everyone pull out, then everyone can make a run for it. Just use your action to move. However, Allie is the only one without aid in movement right now.
I mean, Hondo might be able to swing by and pick her up, right?
Yep. Just needs to be communicated as long
Just
as
leave Allie on this fucking rooftop.
as long as Hondo and Gord swing over and grab Allie. Lavender is still flying. Mary and Valentine are atop Fern. You guys are in the clear if you want to drop this bomb and get back towards Bedrock.
I would also kind of shout out, if anyone has something in range that's free, fucking take it. Take the fucking shot. And then once I think we're, like, high enough, I'll try to tell Valentine to go, like, up first, so that if I drop this straight down, we can fly out safely.
Okay. You watch as your friends clear, and the horde that you were fighting just piles through the area, but more continually flow in behind them. and once you're at range, a comfortable range, and the rest of your friends have continued moving on towards Bedrock, you drop this small vial, and it just tumbles down through this dark air and slams into the middle of the square, and you can just see this massive eruption just explode through the entirety of that square, and you see a large crater of undead that have been taken out by it. However, more just swarm over their corpses.
We saved the city, guys. Job well done.
So, you rush back to Bedrock, and you can see the city in pandemonium. You can see most people have rushed away from the city center. But as you land back at Bedrock, you see Baldora in her plate armor, coordinating with her soldiers and listening to accounts from part of the soldiers who you sent backward to basically to help with the recall with the retreat. And she is very happy to see you all laying back there.
The outer city is falling. We got to pull back.
All right, well.
The mine's sealed at least, but that just means they might go the other way.
Well, hopefully we have enough on the inner city to keep the inner city mines from moving up into the inner city itself, but we have several hundred forces inside the city that can protect us, but we are exposed at this point. Most of the citizens have made their way inside the Stern Forge mines. I've sent a large chunk of the exterior forces out here to aid in that retreat effort, and sent the rest of the forces who have come from the outer city back towards the keep. Let's take some of these griffins and get back inside.
Back inside to where exactly?
The throne room.
Fuck yes, let's do that.
Thor brings around a series of griffins and mounted, ready to ride. Each of you can have your own value. Still have Fern if you want to just remain on Fern. Lavi, you still are flying if you want to remain flying.
No, I want one.
Okay.
I
Baldora.
don't have to concentrate anymore.
That's fair. Does
anyone have anything to hide Baldora?
We gotta fly low. There's people already in the sky. Oh my god, our light just went off terrifyingly.
It flashes red.
It flashed red. That's not a good sign.
As you guys begin to mount up, you look to the skies, and the storm is still raging, and you can hear the thunderous footsteps of the hundreds of undead that you have left in your wake, slowly making their way towards you. And within the silhouette of the eclipsed moon that is slowly beginning to move past its eclipse and relight the skies, you see Raymond and his spectral crew begin to shift in your direction.
Let's get the
through
fuck
skies.
out of here. Fly low, fly fast, get to the throne room.
Okay. We're going to do something a little different for this. As all of you mount up on Griffin Riders and Fern.
Do we still want the carpet? Sorry to interrupt. Just the carpet's out, right? Do we still want the three of you on the carpet?
What's faster?
A Griffin
Good call.
moves 80.
Carpet does not go that fast, I don't think.
Roll it up and shove it under your arm. Don't put it back in the bag. We don't have time.
I'll keep it under my...
Carpet
Okay.
flies...
40.
Yeah.
Okay. Hondo, with the carpet held in your grasp, and all of you mounting atop these Griffin Riders, Baldora calls for a move as you take to the skies amidst the blood rain, and just behind you, you can see the horde beginning to make it to Bedrock. And you can see Raymond and his crew of these cloaked figures hurtling through the skies in your direction in hot pursuit. Let's roll a new initiative.
Much fucking better. Let's go.
No fucking better. 1 point better.
Yeah. This is much better.
Okay.
Hondo, that's probably still like a 30.
Yes.
Is it plus this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tight
Okay.
formation, guys. Tight formation.
Val Lavender, initiative.
19.
25.
Damn. Allie.
I also got 19.
Damn.
Yes.
Hondo.
I know, it's a good night.
23.
There you go.
Mary.
14.
Bad.
All right.
Gord.
God for me.
19.
Oh.
Wow.
Fuck.
This is a good round, folks.
Okay, let me roll my side.
Except for me.
Okay, you see at your side, Baldric, Baldora, and Thor take to the skies, alongside a small handful of what you assume to be Champions Guild soldiers of some kind. They bear the insignias of the Champions Guild, and they seem pretty established, well-rounded riders. But this is not going to be a standard combat encounter. This is essentially a chase scene. You guys are flying at full tilt on griffins, and in hot pursuit are a series of a very powerful wizard and some untold spectral, or not spectral creatures, but some cloaked creatures that are alongside Raymond Boralis. As you kick off, we're going to go through initiative in order. At the beginning of each round, I'm going to have everyone roll percentile die. For potential hazards you will encounter along your flight, and what we're going to do instead of your standard action bonus movement, you can take an action if you want to cast a spell to try something, to try and do something. However, if you don't take an action, you can move a dash action of an additional 80 feet. So your griffin will move 80 feet no matter what. You can take an action to dash to move 160 feet, or take an action to try something else, and you will not get the additional movement. The distance to fly here is going to take a minimum of like 10, 12, 14 rounds. It's a long flight. So something to keep in mind. Bonus actions I will allow as well. However, they will cost you movement as well. We'll keep that on the fly as we go. Allie, your rage will have faded at this point as you went several rounds to fly to where you are now, without causing any damage. So your first rage has faded. But that is your initiative. Let me write it actually in order. I just wrote it as we all came in. Okay, so let's have everyone roll some percentile die. First round.
Would that just be a D10?
It's
Yeah,
two
so-
tens together.
2 D10s. If you're rolling online, there should be something for a D100. The D100 is the same idea. So 17. Let's do it like that. So your first die will be the first number, second die, second number. So Hondo 17.
Do you want us all to roll at the same time, or like when our initiative is?
No, let's all go at the same time, and then I'll roll initiative how things play out.
I got a 16.
Do we roll? Sorry.
Percentile or D100, whatever is available to you.
Or 2d10.
Or 2D10s and go in order. So Mary, what did you roll?
16.
Okay. Allie?
I got 17.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
you guys are all really low. Val?
I got 31.
Okay. Lav?
9.
Fuck. All right. Gord?
It's like all of us rolling above a 50 for how many assassins stab us.
That's impressive. Till all of you.
What did Gord roll?
17.
Wow.
Oh my
what's
god.
going on with us?
That's 3 17s, a 16, a 31, and a 9.
What the fuck?
It's so weird.
You all die. Yeah, you didn't make it.
Yeah, we all died, so.
Short campaign, guys. Let me roll for Baldora, Baldric, and Thor. Okay. Oh, wow. Those are close, too. 45, 42. And 41. Jesus, what the fuck? Okay. So, this is how we're going to do this. Okay, so you guys kick off and begin flying. You move all 80 feet right off the hop. However, first in initiative is Lavender. Lavender, at the top of your turn.
I think it might be me. Mine was 25.
Oh, I flipped the two of you.
Yeah.
Top of the round, Valentine. Let me change that. Lav. I'm going to roll real quick.
To be fair, all you need to change in initiative is 2 letters. Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy. That's probably why I got confused. Valentine rolled a 31. Okay, so Val, as you're flying, an Eldritch Blast comes at you from behind, and just as you take off, it just clips your shoulder. It deals 10 points of damage, 10 points of force damage to you, as it just clips your shoulder, but you can begin your turn however you like.
There goes my temp HP. So I'm just going to keep dashing and even double dash.
So action dash, you move your full 80, and that'll be the end of your turn.
So
Unless
like
you want to do a bonus.
160, right?
Yeah, so 80 happens no matter what.
Yes.
The base movement happens, and then it's your action to either dash for another 80 or do something.
So I'll just try and get out ahead.
Okay. Valentine moves ahead. Now, Hondo rolled a 17. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Hondo. You move your full 80, you're 80 feet out of the gate. However, the bloody downpour has made your grip slick on your mount. As you take off and you're unused to riding with something like this, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Come on, H. You got this, boy. What do you add? 7 plus strength saving throw. You're a strong young man.
Is strength saving is
Yeah.
3, so 10.
Hondo, you just catch yourself from falling from your mount.
And I go, ah!
You slide from your saddle and hang by like the stirrup and like one fistful of winged feathers, and your griffin like shrieks in the air. But you manage to hold on tight. You're still not reseated. You are at a disadvantage for anything that you want to try and do, and it would be an action to reseat yourself in your mount.
Jesus.
Do I have an action now?
Yep.
So I will reseat.
Okay, so you pull yourself back up into position, so you do not get the full dash effect, but you've moved 80 feet forward and didn't fall to your death, so that's cool. That's cool.
I love the smell of blood.
It's all around. So that's Hondo. Lavender, 80 feet, and then you rolled a 9. Let me roll for this. All right. Lavender, as you are taking to the skies, you drop your fly and you take up into the sky, and you look back just in time to see a thin streak of red come right past you and clip just ahead of you, and a fireball detonates. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Shit.
Nine.
You could Tides of Chaos here if you want.
I would like to.
If Kyle's okay with that.
If
So- The Tides of Chaos thing, I thought I looked up, and it comes back after a short rest.
or after you tell me to roll a wild search.
Tides of Chaos.
Once per long rest, you can gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Before you regain use of this feature, the DM can have you roll a wild magic surge table after you cast a first level or higher spell. Then your you regain its use in the future.
Then regain the use of this feature. Okay. So every time I make you use a wild magic, you can get Tides of Chaos back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, good. Okay. What's the other thing you have?
I have bend luck, and then
I think that's the thing I keep getting confused by.
Then
Yeah.
luck costs sorcery points.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. Okay. So yeah, you grant yourself advantage on the roll.
Yeah. 16.
16 just enough. So so 26 fire damage turns to 13. As the your mount also takes that damage. So if you want to keep track, your mount has taken 13 damage somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is your turn.
I'll just dash.
Okay, full dash. Allie, top of your turn. You rolled a 17. So let's see what happens. Allie, you get caught in that same fireball as Lavender. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
As you took off side by side into the skies.
As they
course.
should. As they should.
Okay, we're good. That's a 14.
14 is a failure, but not enough that you are thrown from your mount. You take the full 26 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and your mount takes 26 points of fire damage.
Okay.
How much HP do those puppies have?
Only one way to find out.
Is her still flying?
You're still flying. You guys are still good so far.
Okay.
So, it is now your turn. You want to use your action to dash or do something else?
Yep, I will use my action to dash.
Okay. You continue the flight. The three of you have made your full move. Honda's the only one a little far behind at this point. Takes us to Gord. Top of your turn. Gord, you rolled a 17. Gord, 1, 2, 3, 4. You also find your grip slick on your mount. I would like you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Though you are used to having your hands full of blood, guts, and viscera, the mount itself is a little slicker than usual.
14.
14 is enough. You manage to hold yourself in position and not risk falling nor losing any of your movement. Do you want to use your action to do anything or do a full dash?
Full dash. Feline agility.
You feline agility on your griffin. That pulls you up ahead alongside Allie and the rest. Mary, your turn. Top of your turn. Mary rolled a 16. Same deal. Okay. Mary, I would like you, as you hung back just a touch to make sure the rest of your friends got off safely, you take to the sky just a touch behind everybody, and a lightning bolt streaks down from the sky and plummets through directly in front of you and your mount. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the bolt.
16.
16 is a failure, unfortunately. Ooh, damn.
No, like, roguiness there. Advantage on dex. Nothing cool.
I'm not high enough.
No. You take 28 points of lightning damage, and your mount takes the same. Write that down, please.
Crispy.
That is what happens to you at the beginning of your turn. It is now your action to do what you wish.
I'm just gonna GTFO because I'm the last one back there.
Okay, dashing away.
So I don't really have anything, honestly, guys, that I can do
Just keep coming.
outside of this.
The rest of your fellow queen and friends, they suffer the same fate as Valentine, as they are pelted by eldritch blasts. And you can see that the ire has been taken from these creatures from behind, these specters flying alongside Raymond, and they fire off eldritch blasts in their direction. There it comes. Let's do that. You hear a really sad wince of pain from Baldric, who is very unprepared for a combat and gets taken off guard by this, and he is hit rather hard. The other two seem fine. Top of the round, everyone roll new percentile die.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Cool.
45 for Hondo.
35.
35.
What is that?
Was it a
That's a 6
67?
and a 7, yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
You got same one. The
67.
twinsies over here.
67. Gordon
I got
Val?
straight 70.
70.
19.
Oh, 19 again.
19, jeez.
All right. Okay. Oh, I gotta do mine. Shit.
Gord, were you doing percentile?
Yeah.
Tight.
Okay.
Tight.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, wow. Okay, all three of them are good. Okay. Second round, Valentine. As you streak by in the sky 80 feet, nothing further happens to you.
Okay.
So you are at another 80. Do you want to use your action to do something or dash?
I'm gonna keep dashing. I'm gonna keep going full.
Okay. So 2 dash. That's the end of your turn. Oh, fuck. Takes us to Hondo. You rolled a 45.
Mm-hmm.
That means something happens to you.
You dead.
I need you to make an animal handling check as you fucked with your mount a bit and see if it allows you to continue riding. What's the total there? Animal handling.
Save? Is this a save?
It's an ability, so under your abilities.
4, so 12.
12. Unfortunately, the griffin is spooked by the explosions, the stench of death, and then your sudden yanking on it, and you move half move this speed, so you can only go 80 feet this round.
Damn.
So you're still lagging behind. You're 2 behind everybody now.
I'll catch up.
Leave him!
That is the end of Hondo's turn. Lavender, top of your turn, you rolled 67. Nothing seems to happen to you.
I'm gonna dash.
Dash. Okay, Lavender continues forward. That takes us to Allie. Nothing happens to you either. As you and Lavender manage to recover from the explosion of a fireball, you manage to continue. What do you do?
Keep going.
Dashing. Okay. Double dash. Gord, you rolled poorly. So you get caught with, as you're lagging just behind, just before you're about to continue forward, the flying figures behind you fire off another fireball, and you get caught in its fiery wave. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yo, what? That is 15.
15 is a failure. You take 30 points of fire damage.
You do have luck, just to throw it up there. It's a possible thing.
True. I'll do luck.
Okay.
16?
16 is just enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you take 15 points of fire damage, and your mount takes 15. So write somewhere that your mount has taken 15 points of fire damage, or 15 points of damage in general. And your action is yours. What do you do?
Dash.
Dash. Everyone's leaving Hondo in the fucking dust. Mary, it is now your turn. At the top of your turn, you rolled 35. I'm going to roll something here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. You managed to dodge by a streak of blasting force Eldritch Blast but your mount gets caught with 9 points of force damage. So your mount takes 9 points of damage. Keep track of that. What is your mount at? Medi.
Sorry, I was muted. It's been 37 damage so far, but like I don't know what the total is, so I can't subtract from it.
You're not gonna know until it's too late. So, you're still good for now. So you are granted your action. What do you do?
How far am I compared to the rest of the party right now?
You are 80 feet back, so you have one action puts you in line with everybody except Hondo.
But Hondo's stuck back still?
Hondo's 2 rounds back. To 160 feet back.
Okay, I will turn and... How far away are the baddies behind us?
You seem to be getting good ground away from them. However, they're still within 100 some odd feet.
I was going to say, if they're within Eldritch Blast, that means they're within my range.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, I am going to just spin around and try to take 2 shots at one of whoever the last Eldritch Blast came from.
Sure. You spin back and you can see the Eldritch Blast kind of fading from this, what looks like this kind of clawed hand outside of the, that's just faintly glowing from the fading energy of the Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to use some poison arrows.
Oh, okay.
Do they have a Dementor quality to them?
Kind of, but they are more humanoid than Dementors. You can tell they still have the 4 limbs. They're not but they are flying almost like
Death Eater style.
Death Eater style. Yeah.
Okay. First attack is a 21.
Hits for sure.
Okay. Second attack is even higher.
Hits for sure.
Okay. Do I get the should I even bother rolling the poison?
You should not.
Damn it! Fuck! Why do I even use this shit? Okay.
Unfortunately, they as your arrow pierces them, they don't seem to react unfavorably to the poison side of the damage. They still take the damage of the arrow, though.
Are they holding anything?
No.
Okay, never mind. It'll just be normal. And I rolled like crap. This was not worth it.
But you got another shot still.
I know. That was both shots. I took 2 because one was high, like one was 20 something, and one was even higher.
So
I
those
said I
2
used
of your
poison
plus
arrows.
ones, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was not fucking worth it.
Well, what's the damage?
1 second, I have to do some math. 20.
20 points. You see both arrows sink into this like black shadowy cloth, and it halts its progress. It pulls back from flying in your wake, but you see it still continue flying.
Yeah.
So you lose your action to dash further, so you're 1 back from everybody.
But I'm like closer to where Hondo is, right?
You are now 1. You're still 1 from Hondo.
Yeah. I just didn't want to leave him back there by himself, so.
You're 1 from Hondo, and Hey, you're good.
You're 240, Hondo's 160.
Yeah.
Everyone else is 320.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amanda has a very detailed chart.
No, not really.
I
You
have-
do better, Jack.
I have some pretty scratched notes, but we're good. We're tracking.
I'm just writing D beside each of your name every time you dash, and -1 or -2. So that is Mary. That takes us to my guys. Let's roll all your fucking stuff. That's it. Yeah. These guys actually all rolled high, so they don't have anything happen to them, and they all dash
rolled
as well.
the same dice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Not a good dice too.
Just call them out.
21.
Both of us.
Weird.
41.
21, 21, 41.
Someone else get 21. Come on. Brawley, what'd you get?
61.
Oh. All right.
Hondo, what'd you get?
11.
Oh my god, all the...
Y'all had
one.
ones.
Gord, complete the trifecta.
91.
stupid browser's lagging. Piece of shit. Was it D20? Sorry.
No.
2
Percentile.
D10.
9?
Are you adding them together, or did you roll a 0 and a 9?
2 10s, right?
Yeah.
But so you rolled it
Separately, though. Separately.
Don't add them together.
What were the 2 individual numbers?
45 then.
There you go.
Okay.
45 for Gord, which actually puts you... Okay, you're still... okay. Top of the round, Valentine, you rolled a 21. Some shit happens to you.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, low is bad. Low is bad. Val, in all of the ruckus and underneath the heavy downpour of blood, Fern's coat and saddle becomes slick, and you have to make a strength save to hold on to Fern.
Oh, it had to be a strength. Okay. Not good. I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
Let me just see if I can add anything to this. I don't think I can. No. Yeah, just straight 3.
Okay. Valentine, you look back and just to try and assess your situation, you're watching as every one of your friends is hurtling alongside you, and you're making a steady climb upward towards the stone anvil leading to the Red Keep throne room. However, you slip from Fern's grip and fall.
Can I?
Is it my turn still?
You fall before your turn. Like at the top of your turn, you slip and you fall unless anyone has a reaction, specifically reaction.
Well, how quickly do I plummet to the ground?
500 feet around.
Whew.
Can
I
any of us
plummet
get him?
500 feet in 6 seconds?
Yes. I looked it up specifically.
And
Yeah.
I don't get a reaction or anything like that?
If you have a reaction, absolutely. But it's reaction specific.
Let's see. Like I don't think Dimension Door's reaction.
It is not.
What does your thing do?
Where does it say reaction?
It would be like right here.
Here we go.
Can
I
someone
have one.
luck me? Does that work?
If someone's luck has a... If you see someone else roll, you can add to it. Like, I thought Lav had like a Tides of Chaos to help.
Like I was gonna.
That's also where like your like inspiration is helpful.
What do you have, Allie?
I have warding maneuver as my reaction.
What does that do?
Does that help you?
An opportunity attack.
that
Let's
might-
see.
I don't know if that's going to help you, like, catch him now.
Yeah, my Bardic is only a creature. We said like I can't use it on myself.
Not yet, right? It's at
I
like
don't-
level 14. You can inspire yourself on checks and abilities.
I don't know if there's a luck where you can like luck someone else's roll.
My bend luck. When another
The one that I have.
What about Mary's luck?
Oh.
I don't think so.
The only thing I can do with luck is you can make another person reroll if they're, like, attacking you. Like, a bad guy reroll.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bend luck as a reaction.
Okay.
yeah, you can do so after the roll, but before any effects occur.
Well,
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet.
So then you can. It's just adding a d4. So this might not be so great. But
You're 3 total?
Yeah,
It's not going to be enough.
yeah.
The deed is done. Valentine, you slip from Fern's back and you fall 100 feet to the ground.
Oh, I thought it was 500 feet.
It's how fast you're moving around. You're not falling 500 feet right now.
Oh, okay.
you're only 100 feet off the ground, but you could potentially fall 500 feet around should the ground be 500 feet away.
That's how quickly something falls. It's 500 feet in 6 seconds. So in 100 feet, you fall and hit the ground. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can like land on the side of a rooftop and slide a bit and take some of this damage off.
Sure. 20.
You're like the Avenger.
Absolutely. You manage to land on the side of a building, and you slide down it. You slam into the rooftop, the peak of this rooftop, and you feel ribs crack beneath you. But you slide down and tumble off the side of the roof, but manage to sprawl and catch yourself a little bit. You suffer less damage. That's
I thought I was, in this moment, plummeting 500 feet, like just straight down.
no, that's how quickly it can happen.
Okay, now I feel still scared, but less scared.
Yeah, it's not a great roll on my end, so good for you. Yeah, you're only suffering 28 points of bludgeoning damage, because that was a lot of 1s and 2s. But you are currently prone on the ground. Fern immediately dives down to get to you, but Fern can only move 80 feet with his action. You still have your action.
Tight. Okay, I'm going to polymorph myself
Oh,
into a giant eagle.
cool.
Oh, good call.
I think eagle's faster. Whatever one's fast. I think I'll just do giant eagle. That's cool.
I think a giant eagle is still 80 or 90 feet.
So then, and I'll just rate, before I do it, I'll be like, I'm fine, keep going. And then I'll polymorph myself and just fly up.
Okay, awesome. So you are, I'm going to put you half a step back
Sure.
from the fall to that. So you are plus only 80 to that one, so not a full dash.
So I am now at 400.
Half. Okay, and you're alive, so that's cool.
That's the main thing.
Hondo, you rolled poorly as well. So let's do that.
Kyle, you should put yourself back on camera.
Well, if we get to combat, it's already over there.
That's fair.
I could turn it, just like slide back this way.
I just want to see your knees.
You can see the side,
Ooh, shit.
a little
We
profile.
can kind of see your screen, but not really.
I like this. I like
Ah,
this.
you can't read shit, can you?
No, you can't.
No.
You also no, it's fine.
Kill Mary. Round 4.
Hondo, yeah, let's turn this like that. Okay. Okay, Hondo. You rolled 11. 11 is bad. A lightning bolt strikes down past your ride mount as well. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
20, right?
Yeah, d20 plus your dexterity save.
27.
Ooh, that's plenty.
Oh, boy.
You managed to avoid the bulk of the lightning, suffering only half damage, which is a total of 13 points of lightning damage.
And I stick my fist in the sky and say, fuck you!
Mark down your mount has taken an additional 13 points as well.
13.
It is now your action. Do you want to dash, or what else are you doing?
Dash.
Currently very far behind. Okay, so that puts you only 1 back instead of 2 back.
Mary.
Did I jump to Hondo? Yeah, no, that's right. Lavender, at the top of your turn, Lavender roll 21, because same as Scott.
Yep.
21. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need you to make a strength save. As the slickness of your mount.
9.
Can you bend luck on yourself or Tides of Chaos yourself if you want?
I can't bend luck on myself. And I had already used Tides of Chaos.
And I haven't had you do a new thing yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is also a failure, and you are going to suffer the same fate as Valentine. Looking back, as Valentine slips off, you sadly lose your grip as well and plummet the same. You're going to roll an acrobatics check to see if you can catch yourself in the same manner.
10.
Not quite the same manner. That is, again, not terrible. You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage. You alive?
Yeah.
Cool. You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage as again you fall and you try to catch onto the side of a building, but stone breaks away and you tumble and slam right into the street. Wind knocked out of you, blood pouring down on your prone face.
What?
You stand up. You have an action. What do you do?
Polymorph that bish into an eagle.
First of all, roll me a wild magic surge.
Oh shit.
So
Gladly.
you get your Tides of Chaos or Bend Luck or whatever back,
17.
and you are currently fine. And turned into a giant eagle. That puts you in the same distance as Valentine. That'll
We'll
take
go
us.
400.
That'll take us to Allie.
Okay.
The top of Allie's turn rolled a 61. Nothing happens to you.
Hey.
You're able to continue flying.
Okay.
She missed one.
Can I I want to stay with everyone, but if there's anyone that's kind of falling behind, I just want to kind of keep up with everyone ahead, but kind of stay near everyone else that's kind of behind.
Sure. Yeah, so Val, Lavender, Hondo, and Mary are both a step or two behind in Hondo's case.
Okay.
So if you want to just pull back to the same distance as two giant eagles you now see as both Lavender and Valentine fell from their mounts, you're able to pull back to their speed, and then the two of them can fly up beside you.
Okay. Perfect.
So that'll put you in the same distance as Lav, Val, Allie, all at the same.
Kyle, could I have had Fern just keep going? So maybe
I forgot to come back to that. Fern dove to try and get you, but as you turned into a giant eagle, he just continued on.
Okay.
So I'll actually put him at the same distance as you guys. Just
Okay.
put him at the same half.
Sure.
Okay, Gord. Roll a 45. That's still something. And you just get hit with an Eldritch Blast. So you just take a straight 6 points of force damage, Brock. But it is your turn to do as you will.
6 points of damage, eh?
6. A lowly 6.
I will cast Healing Spirit.
Okay. So you're going to use an action to cast, or a bonus action to cast a spell?
Yeah, but I'm going to cast it on myself.
Okay. So by casting with a bonus action, you can move the 80 and half speed. So you can move essentially to the same distance that Lav, Val, and Allie are all at. You'd be right in line with them.
That sounds good.
Okay. And you can heal yourself up like 2d6 or something like that, right? Whatever healing speed.
Yeah. We're 1d6.
1d6, yeah. You can do that. Are you you're gonna fly for the rest of your action?
Yeah.
Okay. Easily enough. That takes us to Mary. Mary, at the top of your turn, you rolled 41. I need you to make an animal handling check.
No, this is gonna go really well.
With everything happening and you just being struck by a bolt of lightning, your griffin is spooked slightly.
Oh, good. I rolled a natural 17.
There you go.
So that's an 18.
You manage to, with your calm under pressure, hold the griffin and soothe it enough while still maintaining speed. Nothing untoward happens.
Just kind of pull it in. Don't you fucking dare. And
You're currently one back, so you're about half back from...
I'm going to catch up with everybody.
Okay, that'll put you in line with everybody but Hondo. And Baldora, Thor, and Baldric are ahead of all you by about a half step.
That's fine. That's good.
Okay.
It should be up front.
All right. That takes us to my guys, who all rolled pretty high, except Thor. Ooh, that's not great. You see another Eldritch Blast, a fireball, erupt around him. However, it erupts just at the tail end of his mount. You see, looking back, your pursuers cannot keep pace with you. After this round, they will not be within any range of any missile fire. So he's going to suffer a little bit of damage. But... no, actually, he's going to suffer less damage because he rolled pretty good. Bad. Okay. So, as I said, you guys managed to catch up with one another, fly all together, and evade the pursuing flying magical forces. You make it to the edge of the stone anvil, and all of you clatter down at the edge of the stone. It is now slick with the rain of blood, though the interior light of the throne room, crackling firelight, and you can see the bustle of the Red Guard soldiers preparing themselves. You also see Haldor awaiting you all as you make your landing, and you see off in the distance, silhouetted by the two moons now parting from one another, a reddish hue. You can see Raymond watching as the specters, these grim specters, all those cloaked figures begin to descend into the city, where you see the horde just flooding through across every stone street. I think that's a good spot to end tonight.
Oh boy.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us next time as the Wildcards await the coming of the Harbinger of Famine, overlooking the blood-soaked outer city of Hammerstock. There'll be a new episode up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But until then, keep exploring.